360 WQAM.
Hey,
Leroy.
hey,
What's up, man?
what happened?
I know I don't like this low mic. I know what you're
No,
thinking.
it's
Like
not that. It's not that. We got the royal announcement from the king, and lo and behold, you're at the studio.
I am at the studio. I know. I
So
can't
what
be in my
happened?
house. I can't be at my house today.
So what happened?
None of your business, dude. What I got to disclose?
sorry.
I'll tell you off the air. I don't want to disclose
I didn't
everything.
know. I didn't know it was like super secret. All right.
It's not it's not an air topic. I'm here. Isn't that
Okay.
all that matters? It's not
Okay.
that no showed the show.
Okay. I did
God, I
not
hate
know.
this microphone setup. Why did you guys mess with my stuff?
Oh, is
You're
that Jennifer?
messing with my stuff. I'm gone for one day, and you guys are messing with my stuff.
You weren't gone for one day.
I was gone
5
for
days.
a day. They did it. They did this yesterday.
Oh, okay.
They did this yesterday, and they mess with my stuff.
Right.
Don't touch my stuff.
Was it Jennifer?
Probably. And they're like telling me, oh, it's because the cameras are going to go on.
What cameras?
The cameras.
Oh, you know why? You want to know why you know why the camera's going to start working?
Yeah.
Joe Rose is on Twitch.
Frog Boy is texting super secret toes. Hey, Frog Boy, do me a favor, dude. If you're going to tap out of the show and not show up for months,
don't text during the show.
Don't be in on the group chat, all right? If Vlad wants to say that, that's fine. Vlad's here. But I don't need your little commentary on the group chat. Either show up on the show and then you can badger me for it, or don't. And also, stop messing with my stuff. Anyway.
Marlins.
Yeah, another loss. Another loss yesterday. Although I will say,
I'm not even worried, though. Like, I didn't expect him to win 17 straight.
No.
However, I would like it not to be home run derby.
Yeah, they got batted around a little bit again. The good news, Jakob Marsee hit his first Major League Baseball home run, so that was cool.
Yep.
They had to do one of my favorite things is the negotiation, which was actually unnecessary because I don't think the Astros were aware that it was his first Major League home run because they tossed it up into the crowd.
Right.
And so this Astros fan, she got the ball. And then all of a sudden the Marlins had to send in negotiator.
Right. That was crazy.
To go get when they could have just been like, oh, great. We could just get it from the Astros. No. Thankfully, I think all she wanted was a ball and a bat. It wasn't like a hard negotiation or something like that. Right. But this kid's on fire, man. This guy has come up. He has had a hell of a first 5 games with the fish.
It's pretty amazing because it usually doesn't work like that, right? Usually they might have a couple of hits or whatever. I only remember, I grew up with Will Clark, right? His sister actually used to announce our Little League games, but he was in the same neighborhood, played at the same park. And I remember his first at bat, he hit a home run. And everybody in New Orleans went crazy. So, I mean, there's been some good ones, but yeah, you never know. You never really know when they come up to the big leagues how they're going to perform, but it just seems like maybe this is going to be like other sports, right? Where the age of success for stars has gotten younger and younger. It's happened in football. It's definitely happening in basketball with the one and dones. And I mean, when was the last time a 20-year-old got drafted first?
When was the last time a 20-year-old got drafted?
Somebody 20 or over got drafted first. They're like, yeah, it's usually the one and
quarterbacks are getting older though, because of COVID and the transfers. I think that's going to be a difference.
I think it's, you know what I think it is more than anything? NIL. So if you can give 3-4 million, why not try to up your draft status?
I think that's probably going to be a change. I don't know. I think we could see more like 24-year-old quarterbacks being rookies. Like that could be a thing.
And and here's the kicker though. Them guys started wanting a contract earlier. So you don't even get like, normally when you get a first rounder, you get to that third or fourth year, right? Where they start talking about, okay, it's time to re-up, right? Whereas if it's 24 or 25, that gets pushed more to that second year. Hey, dude's been balling for 2 years. Let's get it done.
Headlines brought to you by Doral Hyundai, the #1 Hyundai store in the nation. Just went full beast mode. Doral Hyundai, where the deals are monstrous and the prices don't survive. No one sells for less. No one. So we mentioned Marlins lose 7-3. They're back at it today. 4:40 is your first pitch. Jansen Junk is on the hill for the Fish as they will try and salvage the series finale.
Wouldn't it be something if he only threw junk balls and his fastball was only 90?
Yeah, that would be more appropriate for sure.
Yeah, but no, he throws.
That would be more appropriate. That would definitely be more.
Is a prerequisite to be a pitcher now 97?
Yes. Although I have heard from people, because I've asked about this, and I've heard that the radar guns are way different these days. And so the way that it works, there's a little bit of a deception. This is what I've heard from old school baseball players, is that the old radar gun couldn't pick it up until it got to the plate. So you are getting like a diminished read on a 100-mile-an-hour pitch, whereas the radar guns are so good these days, they get it out of the arm. And so you're getting it at a higher velocity. The read that you're getting is at a higher velocity than when it still gets to the batter. That's what I've heard. So it's a little bit of it's a little bit of fool's gold, according to some.
Are you losing velocity as it gets to the plate from 60 feet?
You are from the first time it gets to your arm, yeah.
Okay.
That's science.
Is it?
It is, dude. What do you mean? Is it what? You think the ball's the same as the first as it is?
I think, and this is not any type of, I'm just making an assumption here, that there's probably a distance to where that doesn't matter. Right? You understand what I'm saying? So that if it's only 60 feet, there's a distance of where the ball starts losing velocity.
Yeah, but it's still going to be the highest of velocity.
Dude, there's no way when the ball first leaves your hand, it's 100
miles an hour. I'm not saying like if you throws out of your arm 97, it's going to be 94 by the time it gets to you. I'm saying that some of the amounts of hundreds I've heard, it's a little fugazi. That's it.
Right. I got you.
It's a little bit of a fool's gold. That's it. That's all I've heard.
Okay.
So yeah, Dolphins are back on the practice field. Tyreek Hill's not practicing today. Undisclosed injury.
You know what? Let's put all our cards on the table. And Vlad, you're shaking your head like I'm thinking right here. With all the stuff that has gone on in the last couple of years with Tyreek Hill, even if this is an honest situation, right? Do you believe it?
Always
you see what I'm saying?
Always got to take it with the. So you thinking that Tyreek Hill's out for hurt feelings?
Why is his situation and his mispractices can't be like, we're going to give him a break? It's always some undisclosed, personal, or whatever. It almost sounds like, and I'm not saying this to be accurate or saying this to be, but it almost sounds like they're maybe giving him some excuses to mispractice, which means we're in the same boat we were last year. Why as an outsider looking in, wouldn't we make that assumption?
Yeah, nothing can be normal with him. I get you.
Right. So
no, I get you.
It could be just an honest, I tweaked it and I want to, there becomes a time when you get banged up a little bit in camp that you're trying to be healthy for the start of the season. You're not trying to fight through it like you would during the regular season. I get that. But but he just had to excuse absence for, and they just shrugged it off as, hey, I had to drop my kids off. Right? So, like, are we getting better with this, or are we just finding kind of acceptable explanations?
I don't think he had an excused absence to miss practice. He just he was late, which has become a thing. Is like, oh, he's late for stretch, and then now we're taking attendance. Is Tyreek Hill there for stretch? Which I got to be honest with you, I think all of this stuff. Tyreek Hill is going to be Tyreek Hill.
I understand that, but don't tell us that there's some things you need to work on and be better at. And then we hear some stories that would kind of lend us along the lines of, sounds like the same stuff.
Well, it is the same.
That's all I'm saying.
That's the thing, is like everybody has to just get through their mind. It is the same stuff. Like he's saying the other day, I'm taking notes for the first time. I'm like, cool. All right. Good for you, dude. Notes.
I wasn't, you know what? I wasn't a big note taker, but I watch film.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I'm one of those people that you can't rely on a piece of paper during the game. So there's certain things that I tried to pick up on through the process of learning it. Because, you don't just have practice.
Mm-hmm.
You have meetings, you have walkthrough, then meetings, then practice. And so when you go through all those steps, writing it on a piece of paper ain't going to help you on the football field. And it's all usually in the context of your playbook. So very rarely you're going to just have this new play. It's all going to be a slight deviation from your main plays. So it's really not that hard unless, there's probably certain situations. And then you have the playbook. So you can jot notes like maybe on the playbook, against this if you make some changes during the week. But other than that, taking notes.
I'm just like, good. Are you still the fastest thing on the planet? Like, we're good. I mean, it is. I think he's gonna be okay. Notes, no notes. I think.
Here's how I look at this.
He keeps saying like, I didn't really know the offense, and he had 2 record-breaking seasons. So I'm always sitting here and I'm like, so if you take the notes, you're gonna break the record by even more. I'm pretty sure Tyreek Hill, if he's been doing this with no notes and no real concept of the offense, then I don't know how much notes are going to make a difference. I think he's done pretty good on his production.
Can I just say this? Sometimes as athletes, we say the things that sound good, but aren't accurate. And that's okay, because people want to hear stuff, right?
Yep.
But if you think, and I want everybody to pay attention to this, if you think that the reason why Tyreek is going to have a good year is because he took notes and he was more familiar with the offense, like,
it's 31. Yeah, like
I'm not buying. I've told you the situations where I was terrified on a football field, and that was because I was with the team for 3 days.
If I had heard that from a young player,
right?
Like
exactly.
Smith,
exactly.
I'd be like, okay, you know what? Maturing a little bit.
Think about this: every adjustment you make on a route, right, is pretty standard. So if you have a 5 route against cover 2, which is a comeback, then basically you're going to convert that to a go because they want to try to hit that honey spot, right? And that's standard stuff. So I don't know, for a young guy might not know that. He might have to jot some notes.
Right.
This route converts to this, and it's kind of that thing. For a veteran, you could probably go, besides the terminology, right? The same basic concepts in football apply to every team, whether you're a man block or a zone block team, whether how do you run routes, all the conversions for routes are basically the same. So I don't know. I just think we want guys to talk, right? We want guys to talk so much, and they want to give, make it. They want you to feel good about the situation that sometimes, they may tell some whoppers.
Especially him.
Yeah, of course.
Especially him.
Of course.
Especially
But I'm not like, again, we've already determined what's going to make this offense more potent, right?
Well, anyway, according to reports, he is not at practice because of an undisclosed injury. Barry Jackson writes, it's not yet known how long he'll be out. All parties declined to say the severity. So there you go. Tyreek Hill, not at practice today. We'll take a break. I was really bothered last night. I mean, I wanted to get revved up for football, and boy, did the Buffalo Bills disappoint. That's next. We got a contest for you. So easy to enter. Log on to the Odyssey app and listen to WQM for 1 hour. For more chances, listen every day, and you might win. The winner receives round-trip airfare to Las Vegas, 2 tickets to see Zach Brown, and a 2-night stay at the Venetian Resort Las Vegas, which is directly connected to the Sphere. Don't miss out. Log on to the Odyssey app now. This is a national contest. For more info, go to odyssey.com/Zach. That's Z-A-C. That's how he spells it. Odyssey.com/ZAC. And a special thanks to the Messina Touring Group. So I was really disappointed last night, and I was already maybe in a bad mood because of the Marlins, but I love Hard Knocks. I love Hard Knocks. It's one of my favorite shows. I adore it. The Buffalo Bills are this year's team, and I don't think I'm being a hater because, I have no love for them when I say that was the worst season premiere I have ever seen. I mean, you want to talk about a fluff piece. That was not Hard Knocks at all, my friends. What happened to the game I loved? What happened? That music hits, and it's supposed to mean something. And last night, let me tell you something, dude. It was a Josh Allen parade, and not even anything interesting. I'm like, oh, cool. We're going to get anything good with this? It is Josh Allen, Josh Allen's beautiful eyes, Josh Allen throwing the football, Josh Allen signing autographs. That was it. It was so bad. No meetings, no personality, nothing. Those Buffalo Bills gave you an hour of bleh. God, Leroy. What is the point of Hard Knocks? If you're not going to show the Hard Knocks, what is the point of the show? We all know Josh Allen's awesome. This is it. This is Josh Allen, quarterback, Buffalo Bills. Really want to win a Super Bowl. Wow, Josh Allen wants to win a Super Bowl.
Why you gotta do the narration?
That's how it goes. And the fans believe in him. Go, Josh, go.
Oh, yeah. You already know they're going to have a piece about Marv Levy celebrating his 100th birthday.
Oh, dude. Yeah, they did. They had Thurman Thomas yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't even do any meetings. No meetings. No coaches meetings.
Maybe they didn't allow him to do it.
Well, you want to know something, dude? Then just cancel the product. If you're not going to do Hard Knocks, then don't do Hard Knocks.
Then what did it? Wait. First of all, when this all started, nobody wanted to do it. And I'm talking about this year. Mm-hmm. And then they got the Bills, right? Yep. So, if there was a team that agreed because it was slim pickings, then they were going to have some rules.
Rules? Yeah. You want to know something about rules? Here's what I'm tired of the NFL bitching about. All of them. And this doesn't just go for the Bills. This goes for the entire National Football League. And what a greedy, selfish pig they've become. You guys expect fans to sit here and pay for 900 streaming channels. You got a piece of ESPN. That's how much money they got.
10%.
They announced they had a 10th of ESPN today. 10% of ESPN. That's how much money this league has. And you have the audacity, and may I say the audacity, as players and organizations, to give me less access? You kidding me? If you're Roger Goodell, you go tell those softest Charmin coaches, oh, we don't want to show that coach competitive disadvantage. Shut up. Everybody's got a podcast. Everybody's putting themselves out there more. You want to know something? You want to know a real good reality TV show is Love Island, because they'll take away your sensories and they'll go night vision and they'll show you bonking in the bed. You want to know why? All in the case for a little bit more fame, access, and money. And so the NFL, which has never been richer, never been more popular, has never, ever protected itself to be more boring. You need to start showing me some scars, you rat bastards. I'm so sorry that one general manager sat out there like a jackass and decided Saquon Barkley wasn't good enough, but he should have been fired. And for some reason, you've taken away one of my favorite football shows, all in the replacement of something like quarterback, which also sucks because Joe Burrow, boring. Jared Goff, are you kidding me? And stop giving me Kirk Cousins. So now you got Josh Allen, the MVP, who's sitting here. I should be getting tears about how many times he's been raked through the coals by Patrick Mahomes. I should be sitting there. His ass in Rochester should have Patrick Mahomes on his mirror like Rocky and Drago having a newspaper clipping, and instead all I got is, I really just want to do it for the fans.
You forgot the music. Give me the music.
Josh Allen really wants to do it for the fans. Are you kidding me? God, it ruined. It's supposed to signify the start of football. Okay, not the Hall of Fame game. The first episode of Hard Knocks. And I got 1 hour of nothing other than Deion Dawkins being a cool dad because he owns a drift racetrack, which I don't know if I'd put my kids in the drift race car at 6, but I'm not here to parent anybody else's kids.
Wait, you got Tommy putting people in rear naked chokes.
Fair point.
Wait. So
that's why I said I'm not here to parent anybody else's kids.
So rear naked choke is more dad appropriate to get your kid into than racing a little mini car.
It wasn't a mini car. He put his kid in a race car.
What's there to do in Buffalo?
Nothing. But they weren't even. Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, that's fair. The one thing we have learned is Buffalo is boring. If you guys wanted an update, man, that city sucks. Even though they were in Rochester, they're like, we still do it in the dorms. I was like, oh, cool, great,
woohoo,
awesome.
Hey,
sweet.
Man, what is like? You know what?
They ruined it.
Vlad, part of me is happy, right? Because I've never seen one episode of Hard Knocks, and
you haven't? It's fun, bro.
But what like at some point, and you know who you need to blame? That Giants GM,
Joe Shane. Yeah, no, it's his fault
because he put his out with the owner. Right now, I would like to say, how many people would be on national TV doing that with their owner, asking questions about his concerns, and still have their job?
It was terrible. It was so bad. It was like Sean McDermott out in the middle of why he was getting interviewed in the middle of an open field was confusing to me.
This is Buffalo.
And they're just like, Josh Allen really wants it. Josh Allen really wants it. And then it's just like 900 scenes of Buffalo Bills fans trying to get Josh Allen's autograph.
In all fairness, they do that a lot. And that's the first episode. It's always about the superstar. They did that with Aaron, with the Jets. They did that with Aaron. That first episode was like a love fest to Aaron Rodgers.
Look, and I know Aaron Rodgers is an attention whore,
right?
But he is more interesting than Josh Allen.
Wow,
like he is.
I'm just saying
he is.
No, listen.
He's telling you is don't get caught up by the first episode. They do it in every town. They celebrate the star and
Cowboys. They did Rome. It was all about Romo. Yeah, they do that. It's always about.
But they have Jerry, and Jerry's always going to make captivating television.
Okay. Now you're right on that. Buffalo only has one star. That is Josh. While other teams may have other multiple characters. You know.
I would say relax. Give it another episode there, big fella. I can't understand how. See, this is what happens when you get too excited about something.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So excited to have Hard Knocks back that you forgot that the first episode is, as Vlad say, a fluff piece.
Nah, it's not like this. This was different. Not they barely showed meetings. It's supposed to be like, hey, let's get into meetings. Nah, nothing.
Why you like the meetings part of it?
Episode 1? Like,
dude.
But
They don't get the warm up.
Tobin, there's 4 more episodes after that. They can't just like waste everything with the first.
Is it only 5 episodes?
I think it's like 5 episodes. Yeah, didn't even
That's
didn't meet any undrafted rookies trying to make their way. That's what Hard Knocks was built on. Todd Heap.
No, but don't you need to meet the star first?
If the star's giving me anything, he gives me nothing.
What star does?
More than Josh Allen, dude. He has nothing. That dude with behind those beautiful doughy brown eyes, he's got nothing up there.
You have to understand, he's in a different type of relationship now. He's in a Hollywood marriage.
Oh,
so
gave us nothing.
Not only does the sports media are looking at him, so is the entertainment media. So he can't slip up.
It's just disappointing. Disappointing. They ruined football.
Wow, so football is ruined, just like that.
Just like I should.
Wait. How does an hour of a show ruin football for you? Too much.
Josh, give me your autograph after practice. That's it. That's all I got. Not one mention of James Cook, by the way. Where's that?
Because come on, dude, you reality show connoisseur. Don't you need episodes? Don't you need context for the following week so that people are watching?
Where's a tease for it, Vlad? Where's the GM, Brandon Bean, going like, what are we going to do with James?
They didn't do that for next episode, next time on Hard
I don't think so. Maybe I was so angry I didn't even stick around. You might have been so angry,
but yeah, because like he's holding in now. When the first episodes, he was in. So there's nothing to talk about. Now he's holding in. Listen, Leroy, you didn't watch it, but when Rex was the coach of the Jets, his second season, the big topic was, are the Jets going to sign Darrelle Revis?
Oh, what a great season.
That was a season. It was all the talk. Rex is, entertaining. Sanchez was the good-looking quarterback. There was things to talk about.
Jason Taylor went to the Jets.
Jason Taylor, LaDainian Thomas. There was things to talk about the Jets that time. But you know what was the number one topic? Will Darrelle Revis sign? You know what they waited us? They waited till the final episode, having Darrelle Revis and Mike Tannenbaum having a meeting in some diner in Jersey for this contract to be signed. That was captivating television. This guy cannot wait. Just allow it. Let's let it marinate. Let it cook.
I'm big on premieres, Vlad.
Here's the problem, Vlad. He sold it so much that now he has to defend the first episode fluff piece.
Nope,
right?
that's not what I do.
Or now he has a problem with it because, he was way too excited for it.
Mind you now. I do agree with them. It was bad yesterday, but it's because of the quarterback. If this was Miami Dolphins and it was a fluff piece about Tua, he would have thought it was the greatest beginning episode of
Tua had good people, but Tua, they had him meeting with Uncle Dan. They had really good interviews.
That was in the season, so
the season
had started already.
It was, but I feel like Tua would still be. I think Tua's worlds more interesting than Josh Allen. He may not be a better quarterback, but there's more there. Josh Allen, I genuinely think he is just a thoroughbred, made to throw and run, and upstairs, handsome and hamster wheels. That's it. I don't think there's anything there.
Wait, he's the epitome of a jock.
Yes.
Dude, what?
Is that wrong?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
That man could
He
could have a
when I think of what you said there, I think more along the lines of a Ryan Leaf.
I think Haley Steinfeld walks around the kitchen, just pinches his cheeks and be like, "You're adorbs. Go throw that pigskin, honey." That's it.
Yeah.
You think they're talking about foreign policy? Listen, he still kicks the Dolphins' ass.
Dude.
I know I'm going to sound like a hater.
Hey, too much. You watch an hour of a show and you're already over.
There was at one point in Hard Knocks yesterday where they were taking him on a tour. It was him and the owner. They took Josh Allen to a tour to the new stadium. And Josh Allen's like, the sauna's going to be over there. It's going to be hot. And he's like, yeah, it's going to be hot, Josh. It's a sauna.
When is their new stadium done this year or next year?
I don't know. I think it's done next year. It looks like it'll be done next year.
Come on, Tobin, don't do that.
That's what he did, dude, Vlad.
Aren't they building a dome?
No.
Or is it
No.
Cleveland? Cleveland was going to build the dome.
Cleveland's going dome. Nope, they're sticking. They're sticking with the no dome like a bunch of dummies.
Yeah, what's it? Yeah, they're building a
They,
stadium.
they love being.
One of the things that always gets me with you is how extreme you go with a take that if you actually paid attention to the show, you would have known that this is how they do it.
No, see, Leroy, that's where you're wrong. Look, I will never ever claim that I have more football expertise than you.
But the setup of the show may have always been the same.
It's not.
But the people have been more interesting.
Yes. And that's the thing, is you gave me an hour of uninteresting. Just move off of Josh Allen. Give me 15 minutes of him being awesome. Stop trying to make Josh Allen a thing. We know what he is. He's awesome. Find me some other personalities on the team. Whether it's an intangibles tight end or a disgusting guard, I don't care. But you got to find me somebody else because this guy's giving me nothing. And you may be a better football expert than I will never deny that. But I watch a lot of reality TV, my friend.
I know.
And I'm telling you right now, they need themselves a huda. They need themselves a huda.
I just think that in these environments, you're asking a guy to be something he probably never was, and that's not fair for your entertainment.
I'm blaming the producers. I'm not blaming Josh Allen. If Josh Allen is just a handsome face and hamster wheels up there, then that's it. I don't know what to tell you.
Why you call him handsome? Handsome and hamster wheel.
Very handsome face, but I just thinking up there.
You think he's dumber than
so he's basically calling Josh Allen Ryan Leaf.
I don't know. I don't want to.
Oh, he's better than Ryan Leaf.
I don't want to take a shot at Ryan Leaf.
I'm not taking a shot at Ryan Leaf, but that's, he had all the physical attributes as a quarterback, but upstairs he may not have been ready.
Dade South says, did the coach mention 9/11? Yeah, let's talk about an episode about that. Can we have that episode where Sean McDermott he's like, let me talk about the Bin Laden thing.
Really? Just out of the blue?
Oh, he just mentioned that out of the blue?
No, just let's get to it.
Oh, okay.
Something. These Bills fans really want it. Yeah, we know.
I mean, do you think of Sean McDermott as having an incredible personality?
No,
not anymore.
I think his body should have been cooked already. His body should have been for the streets.
Why?
How many times you gonna lose?
But again, Vlad, the tough here. This argument will always drive me crazy, right? If you're gonna give credit to Kansas City being a dynasty, does that mean you fire and change all the coaches who can't beat Patrick Mahomes?
If I'm losing by 10 or 12 or
they're not.
Exactly. So what is it then? Because I can't compare.
Is Kansas City just better?
You
say no. You say no. Buffalo should have won.
At least in those 4 games that they've lost, they should have at least won one.
Then why, if that's the case, then that means we should be giving Kansas City more credit.
I give Kansas City credit, but when you've been labeled, when you're favored, when you have the expectations of being a team to upend them, that's the thing. We've all said, oh, Buffalo has a better team than Kansas City. They're in it all the time, and they don't figure it out. You had 13 seconds to stop that man from 2 plays.
Yeah.
2 plays. 13 seconds.
I get all of that you're saying, but are you it's hard for me to make household changes when you just can't beat one team.
But maybe the other person can beat that one team.
Are you willing to risk? Are you willing to risk not being as good?
I'm willing to risk. Yes, I'm willing to risk not being that good when a change has to happen. If I'm doing the same thing for the last 4 years,
I still don't understand, why does a change have to happen? You're a really good football team.
Okay, but I'm not winning. I'm a really good football.
You're not winning the championship.
And that's what I'm playing for. If I'm getting close to the championship and I can't get over this one person, who's at fault here? It's not my quarterback.
You're just a really good team.
Somebody's got to take a fall.
We got to take a break here on the show.
Wow. All right.
Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Miami Dolphins, another training camp day. Looks like it's in the books. Dolphins, and they are now heading out to the Bears.
Chi-Town.
See what Chicago's got to offer them in a little joint practice action, Leroy.
Yeah, I think there's two teams that they want to be physical. The Dolphins are trying to get there, so this would be some good work against against a team that plays in a division that requires physicality to win games in it.
Certainly, and they've added a lot to their trenches.
Didn't they sign like 3 free agent offensive linemen?
Yep,
and gave them big money.
Big money. They're trying to give it all set up for like Michaela Williams got weapons over there.
Yeah,
you know what? They're ripping the kid.
Yeah,
and I mean I know he does weird. He's eccentric. That's the word I'm looking for.
Eccentric.
Eccentric.
Yeah,
yes, he's eccentric, right? But why are they ripping a guy who threw in his first season in the NFL threw 20 touchdowns and 6 interceptions with an O-line that was horrible. He was running for his life.
What happens, Vlad, in these situations is sometimes teams try to remedy that without realizing that you have a quarterback playing a certain way because of the circumstances, and now you got to break him out of that habit. You know what I mean? And saying, hey, you don't have to scramble on every play. Step up and make a play in the pocket. Because that's, we got better protection, but he don't know that, so that's going to take time to readjust to say, hey, okay, I don't have to run for my life anymore. Because sometimes we see it all the time. Quarterbacks, they just like to scramble, right? And they roll out and they never really had to. So that in itself is part of what's going on, because the same thing that we said when he was a rookie is like, ooh, with no offensive line, he's making plays. Well, then when you get an offensive line, your offense should become more structured, and you have been programmed to the, hey, first sign of any trouble, I'm out. And he got into more trouble playing football that way.
Benny says, Caleb Williams is all hype, cried to his mama. That was a bad look. I do remember thinking that. It was the hop up into the stands for me.
And the look of, mommy, console me.
There's nothing wrong with crying to your mama.
You can cry to your mama.
Just not in the stands.
Just don't have the facial expression.
That's just like your girl having to give you the windshield wiper.
Oh, I've never forgotten. I've never forgotten that with Lombardi.
Oh, you talking about when
they lost to Toronto? Yeah. She it was the reach up, Vlad, with the thumb windshield wiper.
Listen, man, we're so rough on athletes, bro. We want them to be robots, and then yet we want them to be human, but yet we want them to be robots.
You want them to be entertaining.
I don't think it's a tough line. I really don't think. I don't think it's a tough line. I don't think it's a tough line. I don't.
It's a damn tough line.
I don't think it is.
Can I just tell you?
I've told you this, Leroy.
Yeah.
This is how you cry. If you want to cry, you cry like Chris Bosh, into the carpet, alone.
Hell no, that's the worst.
That's how Chris Bosh cried.
When they lost to Dallas,
that was a man's cry.
Dude, that is a meme for life.
If Mrs. Bosh was there, no problem. If Mama Bosh was there,
hell
problem.
No.
You cry alone. I have no problem with alone tears.
Dude, you can't break down.
Cry like that.
Hey, you can cry. You can't break down.
Nah, he broke
that
down.
Was breaking down.
The only time a man is supposed to break down like that is of a loss of a loved one. You could break down like that. But the way Chris Bosh broke down after that Dallas Mavericks finals loss, that was the nastiest.
Remember when Eric?
See.
Remember when Eric
like No Sean Moreno did.
Oh man,
just manly
during the anthem.
Yeah,
that's a man cry.
That's a man cry.
Yeah, because it's just a tear that
couldn't handle himself during the anthem. At least Chris Bosh lost a championship.
Nah, but he lost.
But
he went crazy.
Hey, dude, you think part of being a man is, baby, to control your emotions?
If you're alone, then that's fine. That's fine.
it don't hit you like that.
It hit him hard.
Emotions don't hit you like that. You telling me that you've never had a situation that hit you and you're like, oh my goodness.
I had to hold it together that day because I had to go down the upper elevator with a bunch of Dallas reporters. I think one of them had a cowboy hat on. I had to keep it together.
I'm just saying there's been situations where I'm just like, wow, shocked myself, right? Like, wow, this is where we are, huh? All right. You know, they say you want to cry like it's Rocky. You don't want to cry like Rocky.
No, but remember when that was a controversy. Remember when Eric Spoelstra said after they lost a regular season game they were crying?
Yeah,
no,
come on, man.
That's too much.
They ain't crying no regular season game, bro.
Spo said they were.
Yes.
What game was that? I think it was against the Bulls. Everything was a story back then. I think everybody was like, LeBron?
Jukebox, I would like to say you just turn in your man card. If you crying over cartoons.
Ugly cry over cartoons?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, hell no. You got to give me a... Yeah, you got it.
And then here's the problem. Even if you were sad during the Rocky moment, when his trainer died, when Mickey died, right? When he started crying, you shut yours off. That because no men cry like that.
I'm
you
looking at it now.
Shut it off and you zip it.
Eric Spoelstra. This is a story from 2011 on ESPN. Miami Heat addresses crying comments.
By the way, guys, did you just hear what you just said? 2011.
I know.
Holy cow!
Too long.
That was 14 years ago.
Dude.
Eric Spoelstra said the widespread reaction to his comments from Mike Wallace back when Mike Wallace was on ESPN, not with the Grizzlies. Eric Spoelstra said the widespread reaction to his comments that he made about tears being shed in the locker room is a crying shame. Spoelstra said Monday he didn't regret revealing during his post-game news conference, quote, "There's a couple guys crying in the locker room right now because of the disappointment from faltering yet again to finish and extending the Heat's losing streak to 4 games." The embattled Heat coach also claimed his remarks were taken out of context and blamed the media for overanalyzing his comments. Spoelstra went as far as to even backtrack a bit from his original comments, said Monday he wasn't certain he saw actual tears when the team gathered immediately after the game.
So why would he say that?
Quote, "This is a classic example of sensationalism, looking for a headline. I really think you guys are probably reaching for this. Guys were very emotional in the locker room. Heads were down. I saw glossy eyes, but that's about it. I think everything else is probably an exaggeration."
Tom, you're enabling the exaggeration.
Right.
Glossy eyes.
So I've been hey,
Wait a minute.
Wait. Kid, how do we feel about this? I promise you, the emotions are intense. Leroy, if you have a heart, you'd understand. Because I don't cry for cartoons.
What, Goku died? Huh? That's what happened? Somebody, man, if y'all don't get this,
What is the
Japanime? They're so emotional. Like they get all into these Japanime cartoons.
I think it's just anime, isn't it?
I call it just Japanime, but it is anime. But most of these, it's mostly Japanese cartoons.
I saw glossy eyes. I like how Spell had to do a film review of the crying.
I tell you what, though. I tell you what. That sounds like somebody went to Spo and say, "Man, you know damn well we wasn't crying in that locker room. Why are you messing around?"
Crazy. All right, we'll take a break. Our Tua is next.
Outside back, we have a ton of them, right?
Tua, 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 Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa, Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of
Our Tua the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Let's get to our headlines, you rascals, which are brought to you by Doral Hyundai, the #1 Hyundai store in the nation. Just went full beast mode. Doral Hyundai, where the deals are monstrous and the prices don't survive. No one sells for less. No one. Marlins, they're back at it today. 4:40 is your first pitch with Jansen Junk on the hill. Marlins lost last night 7-3, so they've dropped the first two against the Astros. The
First series loss in a month.
Yeah, they've come out swinging, the Astros. You know, they also come out and they came in this one. They've handled losing the opposite of the Yankees, who are, oof, I mean, they're in a tough way right now. The Yankees, they got Judge back yesterday, but that pressure is on Aaron Boone right now in the Bronx, Leroy. People are pissed at him. You want to talk about coaches who may be having to pay for the crimes of their team? Maybe Aaron Boone. But Jakob Marsee went DBSA, first MLB home run. This guy's literally come up and done nothing but get on base and get extra base hits.
Pretty much.
Very impressive. Very impressive from Jakob Marsee. Even with the loss of Jesus Sanchez, who is now on the Astros, they cannot say that they have missed him very much yet because Marsee has gotten off to a rousing start. Now, when people will get that adjustment to him, because there'll inevitably be a week of they'll get analytics on him and they'll be like, he can't hit second pitch curveballs, and then they'll just throw him nothing but that. But for right now, kid's killing it, and he has a hawk eye for a rookie. I mean, a great plate discipline.
Is that one of the hardest things to pick up when you get to the major leagues? Is just having a good eye? Because I mean, he does. It's incredible.
Yeah, very impressive. Very
like
impressive.
It's to the point where if he don't swing at it or he doesn't identify it as a strike, you don't think it is.
Right.
Like there's certain hitters where that wasn't a strike.
The Dolphins, they've wrapped up practice today. Tua, he's speaking to the media right now. We'll get a little bit of that for you later on in the program. The big news today, Tyreek Hill did not practice because of an undisclosed injury. Omar Kelly said yesterday that he noticed that Tyreek Hill pulled himself out of practice, so that this may be a carryover from yesterday. So, we'll see. We will see. That it was that's a little bit nerve-wracking with the cheetah. The Dolphins will head on to Chicago. Their first preseason game is going to be Sunday at 1 p.m. Regular old start time
on the NFL Network,
which is now owned by ESPN. Now, does that mean that I'm like? So what are we doing here? I just got to get like a super ESPN package now? Is that what everything's going to be?
I mean, that's pretty much what's going to happen. And they got the WWE now. They're going to be streaming WWE's premium live event.
What if they're going to keep UFC? I wonder if that's going to
they have to. TKO. They're all under the TKO brand. Yeah, everybody's in bed. Everybody's in bed with each other.
Everybody's in bed. Them owning ESPN, though, the NFL getting a big piece of ESPN is very interesting.
Now I'm starting to put pieces together now for this puzzle. I think a lot of this stuff, if you saw a lot of talent in ESPN being let go, I think it was because of this, because that's a big merger that you're putting together with the NFL and ESPN, and for ESPN now to give up 10% of their stake to the NFL, yeah, they got you.
Something, man. By the way,
weird though. Does the NFL own the NFL Network? Right.
They did, yes.
Right, which was
so now it's like who owns? So the NFL still owns a piece of the NFL Network, which they sold to ESPN.
Here's what I didn't understand, right? Because a friend of mine, we had this conversation. We were talking about it was yesterday. We were talking about how the NFL Network, like their Good Morning Football, is just terrible now. Like I feel bad
without Schrager,
without McCourty. Like they
who else was on that? Was Kay Adams on that show?
No, Kay Adams was, but they replaced her. I like the I don't have any problem with Jamie Erdahl. I don't have a problem with her being in
now they got Manti Te'o.
But Manti Te'o sucks. I'm sorry.
I only see him on mute, so I have no idea if he's
good. That's
because we only see him in the studio.
That's the best thing. He does not say anything with conviction. He doesn't say anything like that's, oh my God, it's just regular Manti Te'o, and I don't even know Will Blackman is just bad. So we didn't understand. It's like, well, if the NFL has all this money and they own the NFL Network, why aren't they putting the money and revenue into trying to set up their own network? Into having the proper
it seems like
host and analyst.
It seems like they've done the ultimate shell game, which is sell it, but also get a piece of what they sold.
Dude, that's crazy.
So
listen, I'm thinking that
it's a monster. You would think they could make Hard Knocks better.
You know what?
What's wrong with you?
Hard Knocks is HBO, so it's not the NFL. So, but I'm gonna be interested to see the red zone. The red zone's very interesting now. You want to see how they're gonna do it,
Vlad. You say something important there. HBO is, I think of HBO sports. I think of like the pinnacle of production of sports, 24/7, taking us into fight camp with Floyd Mayweather. That was a brainchild of Floyd Mayweather. But HBO's
brainchild?
Yeah, but HBO, they put the touch on it. They did it right. And it just feels now like they give you nothing.
But they don't do that much sports anymore. So
No, I
think,
know,
So you
but-
would think they should have focused more since this is their one sporting like yearly.
I don't think they're
event.
allowed to, though. That's what I'm saying. I think that these guys are like, nope, too much personality. Put it on the cutting floor. That's what I think happens.
You said,
You
so you're saying the producers are
I
cutting entertaining stuff.
Yep.
And just one
100%.
old boring.
Yep.
And who ruined it?
Old or the young?
No. What happened to the Giants?
Oh, the Giants ruined it. No, the Giants ruined I'm telling you, that was the best Hard Knocks I've seen in a while. The offseason Hard Knocks was awesome, but dude should have gotten himself fired and blew it. By the way, I was mentioning on the Zach Sealer intro press conference how Zach Sealer's baby looks like he'd already get 5 sacks. Mrs. Sealer weighed in on Twitter on that, and she says 30 pounds at 16 months.
Jeez.
Call him Bam Bam. That kid's already broken a coffee table, for sure.
Or hit something and the parents panicked and he just started laughing because it didn't hurt.
That baby is so strong. Like, I'm telling you right now, like that kid is probably already like squatting and just I mean, I can't even imagine that nursery school has no chance. I'm sure that kid's gonna end up being a sweetheart like Zach Sealer, because if he wanted to be a bully, your babies have no chance against him. If he wanted to be, thankfully he's
Zach Sealer's got a great wife, man.
Hmm?
That's an understanding woman.
To live in an RV,
What?
chase your dream of football.
After you got the bag, you still want an RV? What is?
She's like, couldn't we go to Cabo? He goes,
No.
"Cabo."
Yeah, but what if she thinks just like him? Like,
Maybe
yeah,
she
we
does.
can take our RV and go
Take our-
fishing,
She may be, maybe
hunting.
tropical's not for her.
We're
Maybe
gonna go to God's greatest city, Biloxi.
We're gonna build a farm in Missouri. I'm just like, God bless you guys. Like, that is incredible.
I respect. You gotta respect.
I mean,
That's awesome.
and they want
hey,
to raise the kids like
hey.
that. I love it.
You might not. He might be out there pulling the Ozark. Better be careful.
Let me tell you something right now. If Zach Sealer is running a meth lab, I would never want to owe money to him. I would never want to owe money to him.
That's a big ass Walter White.
Oh, Dave South. Hey, Dave South makes a valid point. Was she booking Airbnb in the trailer park?
No, that was a Mrs. Tobin.
Wait, this is Tobin. Wait, what?
So we stayed in we went to the Springs, but for like we've done the Springs, we've done a bunch of Springs, we've done some nice stays at the Springs, but the first time we did it, Vlad, it was my wife was introduced into Airbnb. She's like, I got us a cat, and she called it a cabin. I was like, oh, okay, nice little, that's quaint. We're all gonna stay, the whole Tobin family, myself, Mrs. Tobin, Tommy, Sophia. We even brought Sunny Bunny up on the trip.
Oh,
And we arrive and it was like wow, 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 wow. Like, I hear the banjo in the background as we're pulling up.
deliberate.
Like, it was like oh, nowhere.
Wait,
We roll up.
Could you imagine Tobin pulling up and going, what did you do?
We walk in and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I saw blood on the walls of the trailer peeling off. And I just go to her and I'm like, do tell, how much was this palace that you booked us here? Because I'm not like bougie, but I don't like staying in a dump. And I was like, she's like, 300. I'm like, a night? She goes, for the week. For the week? That wasn't a red flag to you?
Wow. Now, if you did that, you would be destroyed and ripped. If a man went on the cheap, on the humble,
Right.
on the discount, you would be ripped. Like you don't care, you don't appreciate. But she's thinking, I did a costly, efficient.
Vlad.
I saved this money.
Sometimes the price of something
It ain't worth
makes
it.
you raise an eyebrow and go, this can't be right.
That's what I needed. I needed it.
No, but you gotta understand, women don't think like that all the time. They thinking that they're doing something very, cost efficient. And
but you get what you pay for.
Yeah, well, you got what you got.
Miami Heat Miami Heat have just tweeted out Norman Powell, his first trip to the Heat locker room, getting his number 24. I saw in Anthony Chang's article that him and Haywood Highsmith had a little bit of an agreement for the old number switcheroo. Terms were not disclosed by the Powell Haywood connection. I do notice that he's got Jimmy Butler's locker, though.
I mean, they don't have but a handful of lockers. What do you think he's gonna like? Somebody got to get Jimmy locker.
So I think Kyle Anderson had it when after the trade happened, but he doesn't have 2 lockers like Jimmy does. So he has the Powell locker next to Davion Mitchell.
Who does get the 2 lockers? Should be Bam.
Bam.
Right?
Bam has 2 lockers now. Bam gets the double lockers. Used to be Wade and Jimmy. Now it's Bam. Although, that's prime real estate, though, where Jimmy had the D Wade locker, and that's a prime real estate because you could swing into the equipment. You could swing into the room, if you want to, just be like, let's see if I could wait this out, which, Jimmy was an expert at. Oh, man. Anyway, we'll take a break. Jalen Phillips spoke yesterday at practice, and we will hear a little bit of what the Dolphins star pastors had to say about the young rookie, Patrick Paul, who's having himself a good camp. We'll get to that. Tua, speaking of camp, got lots to get to here on the show. Back after this. All right, welcome back, you rascals. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Dolphins getting ready for their first preseason game this Sunday against the Bears. We got the Marlins, the Heat, Panthers. Got all that news going for you. Canes camp is underway. They put the pads on next week as they get ready for Notre Dame. Don't miss a thing. Listen to us on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps. Make Tobin and Leroy your favorite show. Miami Dolphins have wrapped up today's day of practice. Tua Tagovailoa speaking today as they're going to head to Chicago. We got the news yesterday that Shedeur Sanders is going to start the preseason opener for the Browns against the Panthers. No Flacco, no Dylan Gabriel, and no Kenny Pickett. Those two are hurt.
And you know what's crazy? I hear they're starting. They're not even starting Shedeur.
Oh, I thought that was announced.
No, Shedeur is starting.
Shedeur is starting.
He is? Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I think Shedeur is starting. I know he's dealt with a sore arm too. He's had his own things, but no. I think he is starting, Leroy.
Sore arm is just camp arm.
Camp arm?
You throwing, like, keep in mind, you're throwing drills, you're throwing, on the side, you're throwing after practice. A lot of throwing that you don't normally, you got to get you don't throw that much in the summer.
You feel like this does feel like I feel like a lot of pressure on him on this preseason game. It feels like already because this is the only preseason game I feel like everyone's going to be like, what? Just because
Here's the problem. Don't get caught up in where a guy gets drafted. Right? If he has the abilities to play at this level, then he'll show it. And as simple as that. We tend to the draft to me is prospecting. Like you have all these immeasurables, you look at, film or whatever, but here's the part that they overlook. And if you ask a Michigan person about Tom Brady, all he did was win. Every time the team, when he was at Michigan, needed somebody to pull him out of a hole, they went to Tom Brady. And that has to matter when it comes to competition to some extent, right? There's certain things you could drive it that, he ain't going to be able to do that at the next level. But if he can, right, then we just acknowledge that. So what got him in is maybe because he held the ball too long or how he did things didn't look like the pocket passer or the guy with the cannon for an arm or not built like Josh Allen or whatever. But what had you looking at him in the first place was the throws that he made and his ability to win.
But I think the thing that I get what you're saying, but the thing that's different here is his draft process felt like there was an element of, was he dropping because of talent or was he dropping because of pre-draft attitude and stuff? So like that's the difference in this is like,
right.
Yeah, you may not know what the talent is, but it felt like he was maybe dropping for other reasons. It didn't feel like it was a talent thing necessarily.
I think sometimes you come up with other reasons to justify what you did, right? So after the fact kind of stuff. But again, if he can play, right, we'll see it or they'll see it. I think a lot of times we get caught up on where you were drafted and that determines what your NFL career would be. And at quarterback, that couldn't be farther from the truth. Just look at some of your more successful quarterbacks. All successful quarterbacks are not drafted in the top 5.
Croqueta King says Skyler showed that he could play in the preseason. We know the rest of that story.
Yeah. Well,
where the hell is he, by the way? Where is Skyler Thompson?
Isn't he in Kansas City? No, not Kansas City.
Where is he?
Wait, is he in Indy?
Is he in Pittsburgh? I think he's in Pittsburgh.
Or Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. I think it's Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I was wondering where he ended up. He's a Steeler. Yeah. All right. I'm sure. Listen, get ready, Steelers fans. You're gonna see Dan Marino here in your first preseason game, especially if he's got like a 5th round receiver to throw to. Woo, that's when he cooks. That's when he cooks.
I would just say that, a couple of things with Shedeur. Regardless of what you think about him mentally, he is prepared.
I would think so. Being
Right?
under the spotlight.
Mentally, he's prepared. And for a lot of guys that have the talent, mentally they're not there.
Well, it's
And
interesting
so
because
it's a good start.
Well, where are the expectations, right? Like, because if you're a first round quarterback, if you're Jackson Dart,
Right.
you're supposed to kind of show a little something.
Right.
Well, now is he going to be treated like a fifth rounder, or is he going to be treated like a first rounder? Because I feel like he's going to be treated like a first rounder if he struggles, and it's a weird place because, well, how many fifth round quarterbacks get a ton of lofty expectations put on their first performance?
And that's the other thing. That's kind of the other situation is that, wait a minute, why are you expecting first round results with a guy that you drafted in the fifth round?
Right. Like, I found this interesting in another sport, but like I was reading like a lot of the summer league reviews of like rookies, and like everybody kind of got like A's, B's, and then they go to Kasper's Yakachonis. I think it was his Bleacher Report, and they're like D. I was like, D? He's the 20th pick.
Right.
D?
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Don't, when we look at players, don't we have to, for example, how's everybody going about Ewers? Like, whoa.
People seem to be into yours.
And part of that is, if he was a first rounder, it would be expected. But because he was drafted in the lower rounds,
yeah, it's great.
Now it's a shocker.
Yep.
But like, yeah, these guys to some level can play. What just got them drafted late was maybe their immeasurables, maybe some things that they think could be an issue at the next level. But until they play, you're not going to know that. I tell you what, think about this. Mentally, as far as being ready to play at the next level, would you take Shedeur or Richardson? You understand?
Shedeur, yeah. Like, I mean,
right. And so he was the fourth pick in the draft.
Feels like Richardson's getting beat up by Danny Dimes.
Now, right. So if I switched the two, we would feel a lot different about Shedeur. And we would be looking at Richardson like Quentin Ewers. You see what I'm saying? Like, that sometimes the draft puts you in a spot that people expect stuff from you or expect you to be a certain way.
Did you make him Quentin Ewers?
Is it Quentin Ewers?
It's just Quinn.
Just
Quinn.
Quinn. You made him.
Yeah.
I forgot. I made him black. I made him black. I made him black. I'm sorry. There's no intangibles named Quentin. But yeah, the white version of Quentin is Quinn. Right.
-1.
Quentin. Hey man, come on.
You gave that man more drip than he deserved.
Yeah. I just put a little drip.
Take a break. Mixed bag after this.
Oh yeah, Quentin Tarantino.
Everybody, Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM.
Ooh.
You guys up until 2 here on the program. It is time, Leroy,
Somebody
for
just said Quintavious Ewers.
Stone Steve did point out Quentin Tarantino. Schmeathan says Theodore Roosevelt's youngest son is named Quentin, you idiot.
And look how old, for the first time, Schmeathan just showed his age. For
Yep.
somebody to know Theodore Roosevelt's son's name shows how old you are.
What about Quentin Post?
Oh, on the Warriors.
Intangible.
Schmeathan. My God.
Let us get to the mixed bag here. Jalen Phillips. Jalen Phillips spoke to the media yesterday, Dolphins star pass rusher, and he was discussing Patrick Paul, Miami Dolphins' second-year tackle, going to be the starting left tackle this season. He's a giant. And he revealed that old Patrick Paul, he likes to talk a lot of smack on the field. He's a bit of a bleep talker. Here was Jalen Phillips on Patrick Paul.
I mean, he's always been a talker, honestly. But I would say that he backs it up more now, and that, you know, he's confident in himself, which I think is a really admirable trait. Because at the end of the day, there's so many things that can kind of knock your confidence. And one thing that I've noticed with him is I've never seen his confidence shake, no matter what, even if he's losing reps. And all he does every day is get our pass rushers better, get himself better, and bring other guys along. So love Pat.
All right, there you go. He's backing it up more, Leroy.
That's what playing time will do to you. You know?
Patrick Paul told the media today that one of his favorite athletes growing up, man, that makes me feel old, Conor McGregor.
Jeez.
So that means he's
growing up.
That means he likes
that was yesterday.
He likes to get wasted and then get
that's what he said. He's like, he likes the mental warfare that Conor McGregor brings. I mean, Conor McGregor won the belt. How many years is it now?
Yeah, but I mean, there's a fine line between confidence, trash talk, and crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But
Right.
before I think Conor went off the rails.
Right. Before your wife was in me DMs.
Before you started doing
Your
that?
wife was in me DMs. I mean, if he's watching the Conor McGregor come up, if Patrick Paul is like, what, 22? You know,
Yeah,
we're talking
22,
10 years ago, 12, 13. Yeah, he's watching Conor's rise. The Diaz fight was 9 years ago. So
Wait, how long ago was that Floyd fight? That seems like that was 6, 7
that was
years
like
ago.
2016, dude.
That's 10 years ago, bro.
Yeah. So if Patrick Paul is 22, yeah, we're talking about he was a teenager watching Conor McGregor.
He wasn't really that guy. That was started when he fought Mayweather. That was towards the end of his
being at his best.
Yeah,
I agree.
because he was actually, matter of fact, he was already towards the end. They pushed that fight so that he can get that big bag.
He got that big bag, but if you're Patrick Paul and at the time you're a teenager watching this,
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't the guy anymore.
no, but he was still talking. I mean,
He was talking, but he always talks hella trash.
listen, what he did to Jose Aldo, just messing with him, saying that he's the king of Rio, and got Jose Aldo, a guy who was basically a samurai in the octagon, to bull rush him and run right into a left hand. It was masterful, but that's why he says that's one of his favorite athletes. God, I love spam calls. It's great. Here is you guys last week. I was out for this, but this went viral when I was gone, Leroy. If you guys did not hear, Donald Trump, our president, he put together a committee that was for the presidential fitness test making a comeback, and part of this committee is Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, even though that is not how 45-47.
Hey, you gonna show the clip?
Yeah, I don't have the video, but you got the audio of it, Vlad, of how Donald Trump referred to Tua Tagovailoa in this committee announcement.
And Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback, who is really he's been fantastic. He's been when he's not injured, he's great. He's got to stay healthy, but he's a great guy.
So, Tua, we now have the Dolphins quarterback's reaction to Donald Trump just completely butchering his name. and being a part of this committee. And this is what Tua just told reporters at the start of the hour. Here's Uno.
I think it's pretty cool. It's an honor. I would say I don't know too much about it. But again, I think that's an honor.
What did you make of the way the president pronounced your name?
I mean, that's I don't think he's had the worst. I've heard a couple worse in Alabama. But it is what it is. I mean, I don't take that to heart. It is what it is. But he's a great guy, phenomenal guy. Just got to stay healthy. All of that. Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it.
How did that all go?
I mean, I should ask you that question too, Bella. How did that all develop? I'm not too sure.
Did anybody get asked to be on this committee?
I know. It sounds like half of the guys don't even know they on this list.
LT didn't know.
What the hell's going on here?
They were just, I think they were like, we got a free flight, free stay for you in Washington.
Get to meet the president.
You come to the White House, you get to see the president, maybe shake his hand, and that's it. Because LT was like, I don't know, I'm just here to serve. And people ripped him for it. And Tua just not like a guy that didn't want, listen, man, that's the president. He's not the worst person to say my name. I'm sure I don't want agents around. That's it. That's what it sounded like. Like, just leave me alone.
Just please leave me alone. Move on.
But he almost said like, this is the first I've heard of it.
It would be. It did. No, it did. It's like, great question. It's like, great honor. Great question.
Saquon even know. Trevor said that, like, Saquon, like, they had interviewed Saquon.
No, I know. We talked about that yesterday. Saquon's like, huh?
I just played golf with him. I didn't know.
If you play golf, that means you're on a committee. That's what that means.
Poor Tua.
But sometimes this is what happens with the rich. The rich and powerful will just put you in a committee. That's the same thing Stephen Ross did with Curtis Martin. Just put him in a committee for bullying. What are you supposed to say? No? I can't make the committee. I can't make the committee. Crazy. Whew. That's something. Devon Achane is going into year 3, and he's got a new mate there in the running back room who goes by the name of Ollie Gordon II. And Ollie Gordon going to be probably playing in his first preseason game, and this is what Devon Achane's advice was to his rookie running mate. Here's what he had to say.
It's great, man. Like I tell him all the time, it's gonna be fun. Cause we all gonna be on the sideline, watching, cheering for you. And I mean, if you do have a bad play, just move on to the next one. Like we got a lot of football, and so man, I told him it's gonna be exciting. Like I said, you're gonna be nervous because I was nervous. I don't know if you get nervous. I get nervous still right now before like a play. I feel like I got to get tackled. Then I'm ready to go. So I tell him, man, it's okay to be nervous. Just go out there and play football.
So in his third year, Devon Achane is a wily vet.
Yeah, he's Unc.
He's the vet.
Well, sometimes being a vet just means you're older than everybody else in the room.
I think
you know what I'm saying?
He still might be the youngest guy in the room, and he's the vet.
Yeah. I mean, when I came to the league, I had some old guys.
What do the old guys do for you in your first preseason?
Did they make you get things, rookie?
No, I'm talking about the game though. Like, what did you remember your first preseason game?
My first preseason game was the Hall of Fame game, right? And this is the one thing you have to get used to is that the young guys play in the second half. So you spend the whole first half just watching football.
Oh, so you didn't do it wasn't like it was. So they actually played, the stars actually played in the Hall of Fame game when you played?
Like for a little bit, but they did all of the older running backs in the first half, and then the young guys played the second half. That's just how you do it. Right? So I think it was Barry Redden. He got hurt. And I was standing on the sideline, socks down, mouthpiece in my sock, had to dip in. And they go, "You're up." I say, "I'm second half, baby. I'm second half." Not if the guy in front of you gets hurt. So I grabbed my mouthpiece. I got my helmet. I run into the game because it's in between plays. I get in there. We run a screen pass. My very first NFL carry. Screen pass. I go 40 yards. It was awesome. Except for the fact that I swallowed my dip.
Ugh.
because I hadn't spit it out.
Oof.
So
That's not tough.
yeah.
Oof.
Yep.
Did you feel like well, you're not a thrower upper? I know
No.
that, but
No. I
did you
just
feel a little
felt
queasy.
yeah.
A little queasy.
Yeah. A lot queasy.
Oh man.
Then
That's
I
rough.
realized what a hip pointer was when we played the next preseason game. And can I tell you, a hip pointer hurts.
Not fun.
Dude, oh my goodness. And what they do is they give you a shot.
Like
right
in the
after.
hip?
Yeah.
Mm.
Which also felt very uncomfortable because I had never had like one of these anti-inflammatory shots.
Finally, you guys familiar with Mark Spears, NBA reporter, Hall of Famer?
Yep.
He was on the NBA Today, and he revealed that Ice Trae, aka Trae Young, his feelings a little bit hurt because apparently the Hawks haven't come a knocking with a contract extension this offseason.
There's a new front office in Atlanta that's trying to make decisions, but what I'm hearing now at this point, and you could tell by Trae's tweet, and I saw him during the finals, I think he's disappointed that it hasn't come. It hasn't been offered. So don't be surprised at this point that he plays this out and sees what happened next summer.
Very interesting.
Can I just say this? This is not a knock on Trae Young.
Leroy
This
hates
has to do with my feelings about having a guy that small playing on this team.
Trae 05.
I understand that. But I do also understand that. So who you getting rid of? Tyler?
I don't think you can have those two on the same team.
Right. Exactly.
You might as well,
now let me ask you this.
Might as well just have a parade.
If you had a choice right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you take Tyler or Trae? Because I'd take Tyler.
I'm gonna say I'll take Trae.
You take Trae? The way they swallowed him up when he played the Heat?
Yeah, but you know what? He gets swallowed up, but you know what he does? He shoots back.
He does shoot back.
Okay, that's fine.
He's good at getting his bigs of basketball.
Okay, so think about what you got to go through in the East.
Who do you feel? Schmeathan asked the right question. Who do you feel more comfortable paying $50 a year to?
Tyler.
Interesting.
I'll take the guy that I know down the stretch. Nobody wants the ball in his hands. Nobody's afraid of Tyler like that.
All right.
He did take a team to the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, it was the wonkiest. It was the wonkiest of years.
It doesn't matter.
But he did do it. He did do it.
All right. So y'all.
Just saying.
I take Tyler.
But I do agree with you. I don't think you could have them on the same team.
Right.
And here's the thing though, if you got a Bam and a Khalil Ware, you're not worried about Trae like that. He's got too big to cover
and Wiggins.
And I mean, and I know I hate this saying this because they are bad defensively, but when you're top 3 in steals, I mean, at least you get your hands on the ball at times and you can make a play.
I think the thing that's going to be, but the thing I would say though, like would the Hawks really want to trade Trae Young for Tyler Herro, right? Because it's like
I think both organizations are happy with who they have.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you're gonna trade Trae Young, because they have a very good team, like the Hawks are going to be decent this year. But if you're gonna trade like Trae Young,
it's a lateral move. It's a lateral move.
I gotta imagine there's fans that are just beloved having their guy Ice Trae, right? Like I feel like if this was last year, okay, but they also have lad. I mean, they got they got Dyson Daniels, Jalen.
They got a great team. They
got a nice team. They really do.
Johnson. They got K. Porzingis. See if he can play.
Porzingis. I mean, he's going to come up with some kind of disease.
Well, I think you know what. To be honest with you, I think a lot of guys who don't sign their extension right away, I think they just do it sometimes to it's an extension. It's not like football where you redo your contract right now. So it's an extension. So whether you sign it on first day or the second month or, at the last minute you can sign the extension, all you're doing is getting a little bit of attention. They go, oh, Trae Young's not signing an extension, right?
No, but he's saying that he's hurt. His feelings are hurt or disappointed.
That's some small feelings.
His little heart is broken.
His little heart. Wait, Black. Hey, I just opened the little door. Say, knock, knock. Who's there? Little Trae jokes. Come on in. So
Well, I think look, to put Tyler's point, like I think if you have Trae Young and you swap Tyler Herro, are the Heat much different this year? I guess that's the question.
No,
I don't know if they are. I think they're probably. I think that their ceilings can be pretty similar. Like, is anybody to get Trae Young?
Because I would say this:
you
the
think
difference between Trae and Tyler is, I would say Trae is more of an assist guy.
I would.
No,
say
he's
Trae's a better player than Tyler. I don't think forget the height.
But how much better? How much better? Okay,
he's a guy that can give me 25 and get me 22 or 30 points assists. When you got a guy that's giving you 25 and he's leading the league in assists, that means he's getting others involved. Tyler doesn't do that.
He's gotten much better at that.
So guess what? Your Khalil love affair will be crazy with Trae Young. Because when you see those,
you know what?
Those odds would be crazy.
I can't even argue that.
But he's not. But this is a fairly newer thing with Trae, though, because there's been plenty of teammates who did not like playing with him, and they thought he was a ball hog. That he's just like, there's plenty of guys like Russell Westbrook who put up assists, and they're
James
like,
Harden,
it's kind of fugazi, though. Yeah, James Harden's another great example.
I get that, but guess what, though?
But his connection with Biggs there's no doubt. Like, that's the thing. He had that with Clint Capella. I'm sure he's going to have that this year with Porzingis. But
and keep in mind, and let's be clear, Tyler was asked to do some of the Trae stuff after Jimmy left. But before that, he was mostly off the ball.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. When Jimmy got hurt and you played Boston in that 2024 playoff series, Tyler was showing that. There was a lot of double-doubles.
Right.
Double-doubles.
No, he had some great – the one game they won, he had one of his best decision-making. And now, to be fair, he did a record amount of threes. Like, it was also a crazy game as far as who he was getting the ball to.
But that was the time it was like, okay, he's showing signs that his game is rounding up, is being a little bit more complete. It's not always about him having to score. He can actually find others. But it's not the way Trae Young does.
We'll take a break. Get you caught up with more things along the way. Got Rats Off a Ship coming up next hour. We're back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Get to a little headlines here, which are brought to you by Doral Hyundai, the #1 Hyundai store in the nation. Just went full beast mode. Doral Hyundai, where the deals are monstrous and the prices don't survive. No one sells for less. No one. Miami Dolphins have wrapped up another day of practice. They're going to get themselves to the they're going to get to themselves with a joint practice with the Chicago Bears. And you can actually get some action going on here. Tyreek Hill, the big news today, Tyreek Hill was not at practice because of an undisclosed injury. You know, not great. Hope that he has a speedy recovery. Does everything else speedy recovery? Please, please.
I mean,
if Trae Young is tiny and has tiny feelings, Cheetah does everything speedy recovery.
I would say this: there's no, besides the things that I talked about that I would have concerns about.
Yep.
Like wide receivers and sore hammies, that happens every camp. It's not a big deal. Is, you get in the competition mode, you start turning it up and cranking up the speed or whatever. There's a difference in running fast by yourself and running fast when your body demands it, in a practice or something like that. So I would say not, if it's just that, I wouldn't worry about it. A couple of days off or whatever, just to get the soreness out and not have it linger. But it's Tyreek. And that's the point that I was making, earlier.
You just always have to just raise an eyebrow to it. He
Yeah.
can't just have he
Yeah.
can't just have an undisclosed injury.
I don't want to, but it's his actions that have me that way, right?
That's
It's not
totally
me
fair.
just arbitrarily coming up with these, negative thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when what everybody was talking about, what's going on this offseason, about everybody being accountable and all this stuff.
Yeah, I think that's I definitely think it's great that everybody's more in that measure. I don't know how much I buy into it with him. He's 30. He's 31 years old. Like like we're gonna talk about this great change in behavior of what he's gonna be. Like, I think he's gonna be an amazing football player. I think there'll be time. I think if things are good, I don't think it's a problem. Like he strikes me as, we've seen it. If everything's rolling and it's gravy and Tua's healthy, does anybody have any concerns about Cheetah? My concerns are for the team.
Right.
Is if things get off to a bad start, how is he going to be in a foxhole of chaos? If this team really is facing adversity, that's when I'll worry.
But
right?
but that would be the sign of him improving, right?
If he gets through it just fine, yeah.
Because I think if things get back to normal and he's balling,
then
that might,
there's not gonna be any problems. Like if it's good, it's good.
And is that the problem in itself? Is that you can only have a good attitude and be positive when things are going good?
Yes, but he hasn't dealt with a lot of, because even when the team has struggled, he's put up incredible numbers, and that's the thing, is like there's never, last year, and he even said it was the first time he's missed the playoffs, didn't have 1,000 yards after breaking the record back-to-back years, so it was a new experience for him. So I don't even know, like, what does the in-between look like? I don't know. Right. Is there a line of?
So I would say, what do you say his over-under is? 1,200, 1,300?
I think his over-under is crazy off. Let me see. Tyreek Hill, because I think over under for season yards. Tyreek Hill receiving yards prop. Loading. Unlock for more. Get out of here.
Unlock for more.
Unlock for more. Just give me the odds.
So yeah, I think somebody said it's in the high 900s.
What? So they think he's not going to get 1,000 again? That seems crazy. Doesn't that seem crazy to you? Is that just because they think
It does.
Waddle's going to be the number one?
No, I just think, I mean, yeah, there's so many different levels to this because I think if they're doing a better job of running the football, Tyreek is going to have himself a day or a year.
Right now on FanDuel, it's $975
for Tyreek.
Yeah,
$975. That's what they got of that.
He's 31.
That don't mean nothing. 31 as a wide receiver? It's not like, why are we treating them like running backs all of a sudden?
Because we're in a new era.
What's Waddle's? Waddle's over under. That's receiving TDs. What's his over under for yards? Waddle's is 925. Man, so they don't think
they're going to have a 1,000-yard receiver?
That's kind of crazy.
So let me ask you this.
Jonnu Smith here?
So if you had to make a guess based on those numbers,
that has to be just they don't think Tua's going to play.
What do you think Tua's over under is? 3,500?
Let me see. I think I can scroll over
because with those numbers, it's got to be like 3,500 and 15, 20 touchdowns.
Let's see. Passing props. Tua 3,500.
Yeah. And his touchdowns is probably 20, 25.
Let me see. So Tua finished last year when he was hurt. What was his final numbers? 2,800.
Right.
His year before that, 4,600 when he led the league. 3,513 games the year before that.
Right.
I don't know, man. Like all it is, like literally all these bets is Tua going to play a season?
Right.
If you think Tua can play the season, I feel like these are easy hits.
I think if they do a better job being physical up front, then Tua will have, more opportunities to play. If you try and air it out all the time, then he's going to get chicken winged, hit, scramble. All those things are more possible.
Sure. But even the year that they did air it out and Cheetah almost had 1,800, had just under a tick under 1,800 yards. Like Mostert still ran for over 1,000.
But that's what I'm saying.
Achane had 800. So like
that's what I'm saying though. When you look at the success. Look at the success of the running game and see how that benefited the passing game.
Right.
You see, they couldn't put those four guys deep and play that deep coverage when you're running the ball well. And that was my whole point, is that we tend to look at the numbers of Tyreek without looking at you damn near had 2,000-yard rushers, and that created space for Tyreek.
But if the quarterback's healthy and we do think that the run game is going to be more committed, like those seem like layups.
Yeah, but I would and I would say this. If you're running the ball well, it still creates space for the secondary, because what ends up happening is if Tua does get hurt, they're going to kind of say, we're going to force this backup quarterback, whoever it is, to throw the football. So they're gonna stack up the box. If you don't have to be as good when you got more open space to operate in the secondary.
Where's Julian Hill's over under?
Oh my goodness, are you serious? One catch. One catch.
He's not on the props.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Everything I've heard in this camp is he been beating the hell up out of the football.
If I wanted to bet on Julian Hill's season props, I have to go find Vladislav Golden's uncle to go find that bookie. That's the only guy taking that action. And he's going to be like, you want to bet on who?
I can't give you those odds. I can't give you those odds.
Who is this? It's like he's a Dolphins tight end. He's probably going to, be their third tight end receiving option. He's there to just maul people.
Right.
Why you bet anytime touchdown? Should bet no time touchdown.
Yeah,
The rush.
that's one bet you could be the house. I want to be the house on this one.
What? Tua getting hurt?
Should just give me $10 now. How much is that?
Anytime Julian Hill touchdown, he been bet for 2 years.
It's
not like he's betting a lot. That's the great part about it. You know what I mean?
It's still throwing away money.
Right. It's only like $10.
It's $170.
Yeah, it's not
Throwing it out. Unless I hit it once.
hit it once. That's it.
Then I'm on top. Once I hit it, I think I'm out. But I gotta hit it. Tommy, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to, wear the same shoes this year, buddy. Papa, can I have some new shoes? No, son. Julian Hill didn't come through. Take a break. Back after this.
That's the
Wow. That was a great ventriloquist, actually. That was impressive. I'm skeptical of this guy pitching in Little League World Series right now. He's a giant.
He might be 22.
It's a giant. I don't know what's going on there.
That's how when we played on the All-Star teams, that's how everybody looked at Ward.
Oh, did they?
Oh my goodness. He's a giant.
This kid's a giant. He's 12. Get out of here.
I think like when Ward was 12, he was maybe over 6 foot.
Guy's the size of Yuri Perez. Tangibles, though. Taking on a kid who's like, he looks like the size of Altuve. What are they feeding their catcher in South Carolina? What the hell's going on with them? Something's going on with South Carolina, dude. I'm watching them right now. We're taking on Florida right now. I think this is to represent the Southeast. Oh, yeah. Grounder to him. Doesn't he have to go there? Like he barely touched the kid, Leroy. Kid nearly fell into the stands. You're not fooling me, South Carolina.
Where's the Danny Almontes when you need it?
I'm telling you right now, dude. There's something Almonte about this. I don't know what's going on there.
Hey, whatever happened to that nice the young lady, the young girl that was like striking out everybody? Remember?
She went to. I think she went to college.
What's her name? Started with an R. Is it Royce or Reese?
I can't
think like that. It was a great human interest story.
What was her name? Don't forget. I don't remember. And what was her name?
Monet Davis. Thank you.
Monet.
Oh, Monet. Yeah, she was good.
She was good.
Monet Davis.
I think she went to college. Let me see. I'll pull it up.
Where is Monet Davis now? 2025 now. Where is Monet Davis? Sporting News just wrote about it. I think she did get something like with the Phillies or something like that back in the day.
Wow. Okay.
She's 24 now.
That's
Jeez.
crazy.
Oh, she plays with the Anderson Monarchs.
She's 24.
Yeah.
Back in the news again. She committed trying playing on a professional league.
Years ago.
Sheesh.
Yeah. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, do you know that next year will mark 10 years since the 3-1 turn to 4-3 comeback? Which makes
LeBron getting kicked in the nuts.
Well, no, yes, getting kicked in the gonads. So therefore, that would also mean it's going to be 14 years since that first Big 3 title won.
Yep.
Jeez, it doesn't seem that long ago.
It's flying by, man. It's flying by.
Damn.
It's crazy. Currently working in video production for the Dodgers. She interned with the Dodgers in 2023. Worked in the video board, putting highlights together. So it looks like she's still trying to be in baseball somewhat, but she worked in broadcasting. It looks like she studied broadcasting at Hampton University? Okay.
Yeah.
She did some broadcasting for MLB Network. So there you go. Great story. But that was a great story back in the day.
It was.
But this kid on here for South Carolina, I'm watching you, South Carolina.
So you don't think he's 12? You think he's 21?
He's a giant. Him and his catcher.
So what?
They look like they can play power forward for the Heat. By the way, I'm looking very much forward to Serbia. Apparently gave Bosnia.
When is Euro? When is the Euro?
I think the first game on TV is this weekend.
Okay.
The qualifiers.
Okay.
We got them. I got Team Jamaica because they got Norman Powell.
Wait. So Team Jamaica got the Thompson twins and Norman Powell, right?
Yes, but that's not that's not Eurobasket. They're playing FIBA qualifier.
Okay.
So they're trying to make the World Cup.
So you got Euro and FIBA qualifiers this weekend.
Yes.
That's heavy dose of international basketball.
Yes. But there's also word that Simone Fontecchio. See, I don't know what to make of this. Because I was asking about this today before the show to my buddy, and I'm like, there's a story from an Italian reporter, I'm guessing, that says that the Heat are considering cutting Simone Fontecchio for luxury tax purposes. And I'm confused by that because his contract's guaranteed. Like, I don't think that does anything with the luxury tax. And so I was a little miffed by this report that was out there. And I guess technically what the Heat could do to get under the luxury tax, if they wanted to, was they could waive and stretch him and would make his salary like $2.3 million. But they got to decide by the end of August. And then they would still have to sign another player because you can't just have 13 players on your roster. All in all, it seems like the report's a little bit suspect. Because this guy was making it seem in Italy. What's his name? Is he Italy? Is he Italian?
Who's Simeone?
No. I know he's Italian. The reporter, the guy who reported this is from Istanbul. Should I believe that?
I don't know if you want to. There's one word in that Istanbul that might go with what you're hearing. It's the last three letters. It's the last three.
It's the bull.
But it was, I saw this report and I was like, I don't know because like, it's not like the NFL. You can't just waive a guy and get under the luxury tax. So it seemed like BS to me, but you know how it is. You say one thing and it goes all over the place.
Yeah. I wouldn't believe it.
The Italian reporter's name, Mario Stramboli.
I was just confused. I was like, they're gonna cut him, and then because this guy was making it seem like Fontecchio had like teams in Europe scheming to get Simone Fontecchio. I'm like, they are? Anyway, I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't really buy that report. I just saw it, and I also need to really stop reading reports from Europe. Like today, I spent my pre-show translating an article from Serbian because I just wanted to see what Nikola Jovic had to say.
Oh my goodness. You have gone that.
What?
That's why you fall for Mario Stromboli.
The report is from Nico Yenabarak.
You just like Nico. The fact that there's
a lot of Nikos over there.
But you love that name. If you had another son, I think you would name him Nico.
Nicola Tobin? Only if he said.
I just said Nico. I didn't say Nicola.
Well, that's
you
the
just
short.
call him Nico.
Or Nicholas. Nicholas.
Yeah. Nico Tobin.
If I named my kid Nicholas and my wife's like, why do you call him Nico? Because he's my little brother. He reported. Now I have to translate this. It said Simone Fontecchio may be waived by the Heat. The Heat are considering waiving the player to avoid the luxury tax. They are closely monitoring the situation of the Italian star, whose potential of returning to Europe is emerging. But that's just via translation. But it's not like the Heat can cut him and get any benefit from him. They'd have to waive and stretch him.
Right.
And I just can't see them doing that. I don't know. I think they're excited about having Simone.
He hasn't even played yet.
He hasn't played yet.
We've already
because they're saying that he want to get under the luxury tax. That's why. But I don't think they're gonna.
They got him in a trade, right?
Yeah, he was in the Duncan Robinson trade.
Okay.
He was in the Duncan Robinson trade.
So if that's the case, then it was always that plan.
I guess. Or maybe there's just people who are like, hey, if this happens to you, maybe the Italian Lakers are looking into getting him. I don't know.
So if he went over there and played, the money would still count against the cap here?
His contract's guaranteed here.
But even if he left?
If he left, like you mean like if he left the Heat? You think he's
went and played in Italy?
I don't think who's paying. You think he's going to get $8 million guaranteed from somebody?
No, which is a whole nother. That's the most important point of this whole conversation is that if you're a professional basketball player, that means you're playing for the most money you can possibly get.
Correct.
And if you can't get $8 million in Italy, then you're going to stay here.
One would think. The real thing is I need to stop reading these reports.
No, but you love the Istanbul Ira.
I can't help it. But then everything gets like it gets taken up by all the Heat accounts because everybody's fiending for Heat news, and then it's like, well, this is going to happen, and I'm like, there's no benefit to this happening. It's not like the Heat are going to be in this great spot. They have to. Then he would be on their books for 3 years. Now, not at a big number. It would be at like $2.5 million. It's not like the Bradley Beal or the Damian Lillard, but I just can't see the Heat. I don't think the Heat are going to do that. So I think people are just like, he has a non-guarantee. I think people are acting like there's a non-guarantee here, and there's not. So I don't know. Was that way too much time on Simone Fontecchio?
Yep.
Fair enough. We'll take a break. Rats off a ship is next. All right. Welcome back. It's Tobin and Leroy. Back with you here, 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2. Oh, hello, Jennifer.
Hello. How are we?
Oh, we're good today. We're good. We're doing
Are
good.
you sure?
Yeah. Why would you ask that?
I don't know. You kind of lashed out a lot the first segment about changes.
Yeah, I've calmed down now because this thing wasn't at the height that I needed it at.
But you're better now, right?
This mic stand is fixed
You know
now.
what I mean? She definitely toyed around with your equipment yesterday.
No, I didn't.
Too
I
much
made
slung
sure
around.
that they didn't fully mess around with your stuff, your area.
I will be able to see you now the next time. That'll be cool because now I don't have this giant screen in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a little bit like, where do I look? Because now I'm like here, and the camera's over here. So I'm trying to, my screen's over
You
here.
can still move around the computer.
A little bit. It's like, it doesn't have as much flexibility. I do like that. So, we're working into it. It's kind of like a hitter trying out the torpedo bat for the first time. You got to just get used to your equipment. That's how it works. Anyway, what do we got today for Rats Off a Ship?
Well, first off, we have the NFL banning smelling salts.
This is drawn the ire of a lot of players, including George Kittle, who dropped by the NFL Network, which I don't know is ESPN or NFL Network anymore. I can't keep up. But he was on their set, and he's very upset about this. Here was the 49ers tight end.
But yeah, man, I mean, the goal, of course, is being in Levi's, beginning 2026. That's always the goal.
Sure. And George, hello, friend. How are you?
I honestly just came up here to air a grievance.
Oh.
Our team had a memo today that smelling salts and ammonia packets were made illegal in the NFL.
Wow.
And I've been distraught all day.
Okay.
Illegal?
He even said he's not practicing anymore.
I considered retirement.
Yeah. So they
Wow.
go ahead and bring that back for George Kittle.
Yeah, so we got to figure
Mr.
out
Goodell.
middle ground here, guys.
Yeah.
Somebody help me out. Somebody come up with a good idea.
Send
Fred,
the
it's
email.
on you.
Airing of grievances.
Yeah, that's all I had to get out there. I'll get that off.
Is it every drive is a
I'm in every drive. I'm in every drive.
I've seen guys like that.
I'm in every drive.
In between every play, he's
no, that's too much.
Pulls out the
That's way
sauce.
too much.
Yeah.
Well, it feels like the energy's still out here, though. I mean,
No, definitely. But I missed those already.
well, they haven't been outlawed at practice.
No, we don't have them out.
Okay, all right, just checking.
That's all right. That was my only grievance. But besides that, you guys look fabulous.
We'll
Fred,
fix it.
it's all yours.
Thanks,
Thank
bud.
you,
George, we'll do our best to help you out with that, man.
You did
See
great.
buddy.
Yep.
Well, that's an unfortunate development.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't get the memo. It just came out this morning, and obviously he's very distraught over it.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, Leroy, I'm going to start off with you. Where are your rats with George Kittle's upset because the league is banning smelling salts?
I'm rats on the ship. I could see it. Like what have we determined that smelling salts are dangerous? It just seems like something that randomly came out without, anybody saying, oh, this is harmful or whatever. If it's harmful, which I doubt smelling salt's been in football since the beginning of football, right? Then that's fine.
Remember when Galen wouldn't let us do smelling salts on the air?
Yeah.
Come on, let us do smelling salts, Galen.
They're just being banned everywhere.
Let's have some smelling salts.
See what you did, Lynn? You got it banned in the NFL.
Now the NFL can't do smelling salts, and now nobody can smell salt.
They can lick salt.
They can listen. That
Oh, by the way,
Yes, off a glass.
licking that salt lick gave me the bubble guts.
Save that for later.
Yeah, I'm rats off a ship. I feel like it's the NFL.
Rats off a ship.
Let them smell some salts. You need to wake somebody up for a
Oh.
drive.
Somebody said it masks some signs of concussions.
Oh, it does? Really? Yeah,
Really?
no duh.
That's the whole point to get
Duh.
say get a little wake up.
What do you
went after you went night. What's the first thing they do? I'm back, baby. I'm back. I don't think I've ever did that when I got concussed.
I'd rather smelling salt than Colombian powder. I mean, somebody needs to get up. So,
The FDA has warned the companies that produce commercially available ammonia inhalants, as well as consumers, decided the lack of evidence supporting the safety or efficiency of ammonia inhalants marketed for improving mental alertness or boosting energy. The FDA noted potential negative effects from their use. The NFL Head, Neck, and Spine Committee is also concerned that inhalants have the potential to mask certain neurologic signs and symptoms, including some potential signs of concussion. Isn't that why they're there?
Can I just say this? When you see a guy concussed and him hit the smelling salts, it never helps.
Well, let me ask you
know he's concussed.
Can I ask a question here?
Sure.
What is the consequence if you do smelling salts? Are you going to be fined?
They said there's some. I don't know what they said in the clip.
Can they test for that?
No, I don't know. You know, guys would be huddled up in the corner. Let me hit that. There we go. Yeah. Or do it in the locker room.
Got those demon eyes.
I don't like. I've never been a smelling salts guy. So
We just got a response.
yeah,
He says no.
In all caps, by the way.
in all caps. But I just no. That's not my thing. I have done it, right? But not like no. Dude, when you get knocked out, there ain't nothing in the world that's gonna help you be less unknocked out. Right? You don't need when you see somebody out there sucking their thumb or ordering a check, like you think smelling salt's gonna fix that?
Ordering a what?
You don't remember
Joe
Joe
Flacco?
Flacco? Check, please. You think if you gave him smelling salts, he go like realize he's not in the restaurant? No.
You know, we
By the way, that's funny because he loves McDonald's. So what is he asking? A check from McDonald's?
I don't know, dude.
Dade South says Zach Sealer puts smelling salts in his eggs for breakfast. Oh yeah, I can do that.
But it's you know what? It's mostly linemen, linebackers, right?
Intangibles.
No, I've seen non-intangibles do it. But I like.
Remember when they caught Adam Gase doing it as the Jets coach? He was high as a kite.
You think that's what?
But yeah, like it doesn't.
Well, I don't know what was going on in the offices down here. We know what happened with one of his coaches. I don't know who else
Yeah,
partook.
it looked like he just went into his lunchbox and brought it to New York and was ready for the press conference. Because that man's eyes were dilated.
All right, guys, we got we got Jay Cutler at quarterback today. So anybody else need some snow to get through this week?
Yeah. Oh, they said they're banning the teams from providing them. Now the guys can bring their own.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you want.
Booger sugar.
I got smelling salts in a jar. You just open it up.
Jennifer, where do you land on smelling salt ban?
Kind of impartial to it, but rats off of shit because Len didn't let us do it.
Vlad?
Rats off a ship.
I'm off the ship. Man. I'm off the ship. That's messed up. Let them have their smelling salt, bro.
Yep.
Let them have their smelling salt.
What's number 2, Jennifer?
Well, for a certain period of time, we saw a lot of throwing things on stage with artists at concerts.
Oh,
Yep.
Now we got the WNBA.
Now we have the WNBA. People are
Oh
throwing
my
toys at the court.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pink.
It was.
A
I thought
third
it was
incident
green.
happened last night.
It was
Sparks
pink.
I thought it's been neon green.
The first one was neon green. The second one was fluorescent pink.
Look, you want to know something? The fact that we're going through shades, I feel like I'm rats off a ship on them.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
First of all, what are we doing sneaking this past security? Second of all, didn't somebody already get arrested by this?
Well,
This is worth going to jail.
Somebody finally did get arrested for throwing a.
I just think like,
Can they just play some basketball?
what are we doing?
I don't need extra balls on the court. How about that?
I mean, what are we doing? Like, is that first of all, let's think of it this way. You paid money to go watch a sport just so you could do that. You need like, and you ain't getting the cheap tickets because you got to be close.
Unless you got
You got a great arm.
That thing. I don't know.
You think you have toy Josh Allen just winging that thing?
Wait a minute. All right, hold on. That's what I need to know. Who's flinging that thing? Who's slinging it?
I don't know.
Because if you're slinging it from afar, you got an arm. She's got an arm. He or she's got an arm.
You think a woman's throwing that out there?
You think it's not?
Well,
a
a
woman
man
that's
has been arrested.
I think it's a man.
Okay, so all right.
Like, why would a woman do that for another woman at a WNBA game? Why would a woman do anything to diminish their sport or something that, you know what I mean? Like, I can't see a woman doing that.
I can see a woman doing that.
Sophie Cunningham, she said 4 days ago, stop throwing toys on the court. You're going to hurt one of us. Last night she got hit with one, and she commented and said, this did not age well.
I love Sophie, by the way. She's funny.
Oh, my goodness.
Rats off a ship. Leroy?
Rats off a ship. Like, it's like, come on. First of all,
Rats off a ship.
if you're going to spend your money to go to a game, and I've been a part of this, right? I've been a part of people going to the game, not for the game. So when the team was moving, people bought tickets just to go and boo us for a whole game. And they weren't booing us. They were booing the owner who was not there. So, like, yeah, I get it. But it's a little bit different. Like, you going there to throw toys on the, like, come on, man. Like, those people need to be banned. They really do, because it's just unnecessary.
Jennifer?
This isn't something we should even be mentioning or saying. It's disrespectful and demeaning, and I'm super rats off a ship.
Rats off a ship.
Vlad?
I mean, you shouldn't be throwing things on the court. Some rats off the ship on that. But the Petty and Vlad thinks it's kind of funny, though, that they're just throwing sexual objects on the court. It's just hysterical. And now,
I mean, let's think about this. What about
landing so close to like the players or on the players?
Okay, how about this? How did you
It's
feel
wrong.
about
It's wrong.
about fans throwing syringes at Barry Bonds?
I thought it was funny. He was getting caught. I mean, he was being rumored.
He never was caught. He never was caught.
No,
He was
you're
never
right,
caught.
But he was being rumored.
He was never caught.
So I don't mind if that's a rumor. I don't have a problem with that. But you shouldn't throw objects on the court or on the field. But if it's funny, I might not.
See, no. You either
What's
should
going
or
to happen
shouldn't.
when there's a Dwayne Dedman situation when somebody nearly gets hit, really hurt by it? Something's going to go too far. Dwayne Dedman almost took somebody out with a massage gun. He did.
Oh, I heard about that. Well, you know, people got to learn sometimes. Just making an example of it.
What's number 3, Jennifer?
Jaime Jaquez and his tummy issues.
Wait.
All right. So Jaime Jaquez was on Cam Brink's podcast, and he was explaining his story of love. Now, we know that Jaime Jaquez Jr. this year missed multiple games due to bubble guts. And Spo even revealed after the season there were more incidents that we didn't even know about. So Jaime was telling a story, and we learned on the night that he met his significant other,
he had bubble guts?
He had another issue. Well, I don't know if it was he drank too much, but he said that he had to stop all interaction immediately.
Story, but I guess it's like the first time the public's hearing the story. So I met her in New York on draft night. I was, having the time of my life. Just my dream
As
came
one
true.
does, yep.
And I bump into her, and like literally bump in like straight out of a movie, and we start talking and chatting. And then, as the night progresses, we're having a good time. We're talking, getting to know each other. And I'm like, let's get out of here. Like, let's go get some pizza or something. She's like, okay, let's go. Get in the Uber. And as soon as I got in the Uber and the loud music and the lights stopped going, I realized, oh, wow, like I can't go get a pizza. I need to go home. And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, I am not okay. Like, please take me home. And so, yeah, I mean, as you can tell, I'm like having a great night. I'm like, I can't make it a pizza. Like, please, like, I'm telling you right now. And then she's like, wait, like, what do you mean? Like, you're taking me to your hotel? Like, who are you? Like, I don't even know you. I was like, if you can please just take me home. So she ends up taking me to my hotel. And she takes me up to my room. My brother's asleep. He's like, what is going on? And I make a beeline straight to the bathroom. And you guys can put the story together from there. I ended up dying. I ended up dying. And she's like, what the hell? And then our boy Justin comes into the room. He's like, what is going on? Like, what's happening? And he just sees me in the bathroom. I'm laying on the floor. Like, it was a good night. I had a great time. But that's how we ended up the first time we met. So Justin ended up getting her number. He's like, she's like, I gotta leave. Like, I don't know who this guy is. Like, thanks, but no thanks. I'm like, all right, cool.
Wow.
Hey. Hey.
Oh man.
She's definitely.
Let me tell you something. He pulled the Leroy, but he shared why he had to go to the right. I just left.
What?
Yeah, but I mean,
you just left.
Think about
but let's say you left that person at a restaurant.
No,
he was with her the entire time.
So here's what's there. So, girl I was dating, it was me, her, one of her friends, whatever. We was all having a good time. And earlier I had an upset stomach, so she gave me some Tums. But them Tums taste like candy, so I was eating them like Tic Tacs, right? Just chewing them like the chewables. We get to the club, have a couple of drinks, and I'm like, ooh. Look around. I'm like, I gave them $100, and I'm like, I'll be back. I drove all the way from Fort Lauderdale Beach to Weston, and then drove back. And when I got back, she was like, you went home, didn't you? I said, yes, I did. But everybody like, yeah, gotta do what you gotta do.
Dade South says he needs Parlasec as a sponsor. He needs something, dude.
I don't. Yeah, he's got issues. He got that Crowder.
Double cuts talking to a girl. First of all, you don't promise a girl in New York a slice of pizza and at late night and not get her a slice of pizza.
My biggest issue is right that of all that, like he said once the music stopped, he got bubble guts. Like the music made you not have bubble guts?
Maybe the bass was too heavy.
My biggest issue is
he said when it was over.
Yeah, when it stopped, he was like, whoop.
Yeah, well, my biggest issue is this is a recurring incident. What the hell is going on with this stomach of his? I'm rats off a ship. We need to get a hold of this if we're the Miami Heat.
Isn't he Mexican?
Yes.
He is, yes.
Yeah, that's highly unlikely for a Mexican to get the bubble guts.
I don't know what's going on.
They live on jalapenos and hot stuff and spicy and
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like their food is just very conducive to bubble guts. He should have immunity. Like, listen,
well, I think
Look, they can have a strong stomach, but you know what? Sometimes when you gotta go, you gotta go.
No, like, let me tell you something. Where I'm from, we can eat rocks. It ain't gonna be from food.
This is too much. If there's too many occurrences with this happening.
This should have been controlled a long time ago.
I thought this was a one season thing. This goes back to year one.
It goes back to rookie to draft night. That's when it goes back to.
This is ridiculous.
So that means he gets nervous and bubble gutty when he's excited.
Hold on. We're not using that term.
Bubble gutsy?
To make it cute.
I think it's all right.
I'm gonna try that with Big Spoon. Big Spoon, we gotta go home. Why? I'm feeling a little bubble gutsy right now.
She's like, oh,
she's gonna know when you say bubble gutsy. Oh, you gotta know.
Listen, she already know. Like, what's up? I say, let's go. She's like, are we leaving because you bored? Or are we leaving because let's go.
So, are you rats off a ship on Jaime's tummy?
Yeah, rats off a ship.
I think the rats are
the rats are like
out of Jaime's tummy, man.
Jennifer?
Rats off a ship.
I'm rats off a ship. Cute story and everything, but no. Fix it.
Fix it, dude. Vlad?
Yeah, man. I mean, you can't have the nasty bubble guts, man. I can't trust you in tight situations, man. You might crap all over the place. By the way, what was he wearing? If you got the bubble guts and you lying on the ground, that suit that
imagine a suit, right?
Yeah, like, come on, what we doing here?
No, hey, dude, hold on. Hold on. You ever had the bubble gut so bad that you go in the bathroom and just get naked?
Yes, no, that's exactly. But remember, they found him lying down. That's what I'm saying.
You start praying. Oh, dude,
Leroy, but they found him his brother.
Hey, you got some
It's on
toilet
the
paper?
ground.
Hey, you pat down. Oh Lord!
Oh, it's the sweatiest you've ever been.
Lord!
It's the worst sweat of your life.
Jesus!
The worst sweat of your life.
You
Oh my
like-
God.
It's my
And then you
favorite story
think
of you by far.
Hey, then you think you done? And then
Oh,
no,
you're not done.
not again.
No, you're not done. The second part comes out. Oh, it's
Hey,
ridiculous. You take 2
You gotta
showers.
flush like 5 times.
Take 2 showers. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's when you know it's bad. You got the bad bubble guts that when you finally done after laying on the floor, flushing 3 times, wiping twice, right? You say, I gotta take a shower.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yes.
take a shower.
Yeah, you got to.
You praying, right? And you don't
You
even know
wish
why. Like
I'll never
some people, it
eat.
happens because they drank too much.
I'll never
Or
drink
sometimes-
again, God. Please, God. I'll
Hey,
never drink again. If
I
you
went-
just save me.
I remember every time I had to go in public.
Hmm?
Okay.
Wait, in the
And
public
one
or
time,
public?
me and my dad went to Cleveland. We went to a football game. Then I went to my favorite restaurant. It had been years since I've been there. Every time I would go there, I get this thing called shrimp puttanaise. It's a linguine. Hold
says
on.
in the name.
It's linguine with spicy cheese and shrimp, but it's spicy, right? But it's a lot of cheese and a lot. And I ate that, and we was heading back to the hotel.
Oh man.
And I was like, I'll be back. And
This was,
we pulled into a parking lot of another hotel on the way to our hotel. And I went into the hotel bathroom.
This
I left
was
the car running. He was like, what happened?
This was the Jaime suit in question.
Oh,
So you're wearing a tan suit and you're tan underwear. So,
Hey, not for nothing.
Camouflage.
Not for nothing. He kind of looked like he got the bubble gut stare.
He looks like
Like,
He looks petrified.
He looks terrified. Like, uh-oh.
No, you know what that look is? Leroy, that's the first part. Like, oh, that's that look. Like,
That's the look he gave her on the
it's
way
just
to the
like
pizza.
yeah, his stomach just gave him the first sign. Like, oh.
Well, we wish you the best, Jaime. Try and get a hold of this thing going into the season, huh? Take a break. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. If you guys want to go see the Zach Brown Band in Las Vegas, we got a contest for you. It's so easy to enter. Log on to the Odyssey app and listen to WQAM for 1 hour. For more chances, listen every day, and you might win. The winner receives a round-trip airfare to Vegas, 2 tickets to see Zach Brown, and a 2-night stay at the Venetian Resort Las Vegas, which is directly connected to the Sphere. Don't miss out. Log on to the Odyssey app now. It's a national contest. For more info, go to odyssey.com/Zach. That's odyssey.com/ZAC. And special thanks to the Messina Touring Group. Get to our headlines here in the final hour of the program. We got Michael Lombardi going to stop by before the end of today's show. Headlines brought to you by Doral Hyundai, the #1 Hyundai store in the nation. Just went full beast mode. Doral Hyundai, where the deals are monstrous and the prices don't survive. No one sells for less. No one. The Marlins, they'll be back in action in a few hours, looking to salvage the series finale against the Astros after sweeping the Yankees over the weekend. The Marlins have lost the first 2 of this series. Thankfully, though, we did get to see Jakob Marsee get his first major league home run, which was not enough to get the Marlins over the hump in this one.
Yeah, they got down quick. It was 2-0 after the first, right?
Yep. Altuve doing some damage, and now the Marlins will try and get this one tonight. Jansen Junk on the hill.
How come Leroy never takes shot at Jose Altuve for being short?
I don't know, because he's probably going to the Hall of Fame.
Well,
Is that
a lot
the
of short people that's going to go to the Hall of Fame? But
yeah, like no. Like, I mean, him being short is not like being short in basketball, right? Because you don't have any real interaction with. So if your pitcher's 6'8" and he's 5'6", it don't matter. Your strike zone is your strike zone. But if you're Trae Young, right, and you're playing against the Indiana Pacers, and you got to guard their point guard, okay, yeah, there's a difference.
Tell you what he did have. He had a little nipple clamp when they were buzzing those strikes to him, stealing those signs. We all saw the video.
It's, you know what's crazy though? I've always wondered, like, hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports.
Are you going to do the thing where you don't think it helps to know what pitch is coming? It
don't mean
obviously
you're going to
does.
hit it.
It doesn't mean you're going to hit it, but it certainly helps to know.
Okay.
It doesn't deter the help.
So you think this is major league? Here's what's coming. If you hit it, you can name it.
It definitely helps. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why do you think guys get battered so much when they get caught tipping pitches? You know, if you have a certain thing that, like, if these guys are some of these guys are so good at picking up the smallest thing. Like, if they could tell, like, hey, this guy is absolutely throwing a slider here and I'm killing them and I don't have to worry about trying to catch 99. Yeah, I definitely think it helps. And now you're talking about them doing secrecy with nipple buzzers.
All right.
You seem to be I don't know.
I just think there's certain things in sports that are so difficult that, like, to me, it's like, just because you have a wide open 3 doesn't mean you're gonna hit it. That you're gonna make
it. But you don't think that if here's what I would say. If you don't think cheating matters, why do people work so hard to do it?
I mean, throughout the history of baseball, they've been signaling for you have a guy at second base.
Football,
he used
baseball,
to give you
whatever
signals.
sport. I'm talking every sport.
All right.
You ain't treating, you ain't trying.
Like, if it didn't work, people wouldn't do it. And cheaters cheat. Like, remember the Patriots, the whole damage is done.
Yeah.
Not with the Patriots cheating against the 2-win Bengals. Did they need to? No, but they couldn't help themselves.
It helps to know.
Did Michigan need to cheat against, who is it, Central Michigan? No, but they couldn't help themselves. Cheaters cheat.
All right.
It's just how it is. Would Jose Altuve need to cheat against Cal Quantrill? Maybe not, but you're in too deep.
I mean, you're 5'3". You might want to cheat.
He's 5'3", but he's one of the best hitters of the last decade.
I mean, you're gonna be a best hitter in the last decade if you cheat. If I know what you're gonna throw, there's a good chance I might be able to hit it somewhere.
Did Barry Bonds need to cheat?
Well,
which
Barry
but everybody was cheating. So why not the best cheat?
Well, listen, Barry had a Hall of Fame career before cheating, but he's seen all the success and bags that everybody else was getting while cheating. He's like, well, let me cheat.
Well, his logic was sound. He looked at Sammy Sosa. He goes, the guy who hits 220 every year,
Big Mac.
now he's hitting 66. Imagine if I took it. He was right.
Mark McGuire was everybody. He was loved.
Barry Bonds is the original bro science. He looked at two bums, saw what steroids did for them, and then he's like, I'm going to take steroids. I'm going to become the greatest thing to ever touch the field because I'm already maybe one of the best that's ever touched the field. That's science.
That's science. No. You know what that is, Tobin? That's not only science. That's logic. That's logic. If I'm already one of the best and I'm not on the PEDs, well, what happened if I am on the PEDs?
Anyway, you're still a cheat, Altuve.
All to just say that he's still a cheat.
The Marlins, they're at a 4:40 tonight. 4:40 today is your first pitch from Lone Depot Park. And then after that, I think they got the Braves next.
4-game series in Atlanta.
Starting in Atlanta, 7:15 tomorrow. Yuri on the hill. And then Edward Cabrera and then Sandman.
Leroy, they saying you cheated in a milk chugging contest. Is that true?
No, beer chugging.
Oh, beer chugging.
Yep. He did cheat. We did it. It was in the pandemic. We were doing it on Instagram Live. And I was like, he's like, yeah, I can out chug you. And I was like, no way. Going at the beer. And I'm trying to go at this thing, Vlad. And I look, I'm like halfway done. He's gone. I'm like, there's no way.
He also doesn't even like beer.
He doesn't like beer. Thankfully, his daughter ratted him out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was like, Daddy, what you gonna do with the rest of that beer?
Dude, I was exhausted. Just drinking half the beer. I was exhausted. I was like, you're done?
How big was this? Like a regular can of beer?
A pitcher.
It was a pitcher.
You can't finish a pitcher.
No.
The bubbles got him.
The birth of Snitchy Mouse.
The bubble guts got it.
Not the bubble guts, just the bubbles.
The suds.
The suds spit you up.
What beer was it?
Crap beer.
I think it was Bud Light, Miller Light,
Yeah,
one of those light beers.
Crap beer. You don't want to slam the good beer.
Yeah.
You want a watered down beer so you can get it down.
But that didn't work for you either. So
no, still beer.
Still too many bubbles for you. Tua Tagovailoa, he met with the media today. This was Tua discussing going into a joint practice and how he's looking forward to facing somebody else.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. I think our defense is pretty excited as well. We have a lot of chirping going on back and forth with the competitive nature, with situational ball, and then team drills. And so I know those guys are hungry to see the ball more, because I for sure wasn't letting them see the ball a lot this training camp.
Wow, he is chirping at the defense. Tua's only got one pick so far.
Yeah, I heard he had a bad practice yesterday. A lot of incompletions, missed Tyreek deep, underthrew Tyreek. But it happens. I mean, it's one of 12 practices. It's not going to be perfect all the time.
Little hangover, no biggie.
A hangover.
A little hangover game. Saw Taj Washington had a nice catch today. They tweeted that out. I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool. Hopefully he has a good game. He can be my new Azukama.
Really?
Unless Azukama's my new Azukama.
Well, he can't be your.
He's a camp. We call him a camp Hall of Famer.
He's a camp Hall of Famer, dude. He is a camp Hall of Famer. Tua also discussed his new look offensive line. This is what Tua had to say on the big uglies up front.
I think they've done a good job. Now, there's going to be things that we still got to lean in on. We got to focus on that, isn't always going to be there as you're, game planning for a team. So right now it's just the fundamentals and technique that they're working on with whatever calls we have up there, right? But I think as we start to game plan for teams, as we get closer to getting ready for the season, it should look a lot better for our guys. But I think they've done a phenomenal job up to this point. I think they've done
That's a phenomenal job. Is a good description. I like that. Makes me happy. We'll take a break. When we come back, Got to get into this crazy story that dropped yesterday with the Miami Heat and all the thievery. That's next. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Dolphins getting ready for the first preseason game. Got the Canes hitting can, getting ready for Notre Dame.
So the Canes play the end of August, right?
Yeah, Labor Day weekend.
Okay. Week 0, they call it.
Week 1.
I think they're week 1, the real week. I don't think they're week 0. I think the week 0 is like somebody else.
The week before.
It's the week before. No, obviously it's the week before. But
I mean, Vlad, we get that. I thought you were gonna come out with what 2 teams are playing, and you came back with the week before week 1 is week 0.
Week 1 is Labor Day weekend.
Here's week 0: Iowa, Kansas State, Idaho State, UNLV, Fresno, and Kansas.
Oh, they ain't even trying.
Sam Houston and Western Kentucky, and Stanford and Hawaii. That's week 0.
I made that trip out there. That was exciting.
To Hawaii?
Yeah, going out to Hawaii, realizing that you're not gonna play because you on the travel squad, but you're a freshman. But what ended up happening is that one running back was already out, and 2 more running backs got hurt. So I just ran onto the field because I'm up, and they called the timeout and took my ass out.
So yesterday, the Department of Justice, they have issued a statement, or the U.S. Attorney's Office, Southern District of Florida. They have issued a statement because they have made charges in the Heat heist. Did you guys talk about the Heat heist at all last week?
Yeah, we a little bit.
So for those who aren't caught up, the Miami Heat got heisted for hundreds of stolen items of game-used memorabilia that were apparently sold on the black market of memorabilia. And we're talking hundreds of jerseys that the Heat, were keeping in storage, apparently for some kind of potential Heat Hall of Fame or whatever. But they noticed that, I guess, these items were stolen. And so the attorney's office here, they give out the statement that says a former employee of the Miami Heat made his initial appearance in federal court today on 1 count of information charging him with transporting and transferring stolen goods in interstate commerce. According to the charging document, Marcos Thomas Perez, 62, of Miami, is accused of stealing millions of dollars worth of Miami Heat game-worn jerseys and other valuable memorabilia, which he later sold to online brokers. Perez is a 25-year retired veteran of the City of Miami Police Department, which employed as a security officer with the Miami Heat from 2016 to 2021, and then later worked as an NBA security employee from 2022 to 2025. During his tenure, Perez worked on the game day security detail at the Kaseya Center, where he was among a limited number of trusted individuals with access to a secured equipment room. This equipment room stored hundreds of game-worn jerseys and other memorabilia that the organization intended to display at a future Miami Heat museum. During his employment, Perez accessed the equipment room multiple times to steal over 400 game-worn jerseys and other items, which he then sold to various online marketplaces. Over a 3-year period, he sold over 100 stolen items for approximately $2 million and shipped them across state lines, often for prices well below their market value. As an example, he sold a game-worn LeBron James Miami Heat NBA Finals jersey for approximately $100,000. That same jersey later sold at an auction for $3.7 million. Jeez.
So,
on April 3rd, law enforcement executed a search warrant at his residence and seized nearly 300 additional stolen game-worn jerseys and memorabilia. The Miami Heat confirmed that these items have been stolen from their facility.
So here's the kicker. You know why they keep saying interstate lines?
Yeah, because he's selling them to other states, I'd imagine.
No, that makes it federal.
Okay.
So that's why they keep saying that.
Yeah, when it's federal.
Because that makes it federal.
Well, if he did sell it to somebody else, though, that does,
yeah.
But still, that's crazy.
I mean, I'm still trying.
400 jerseys.
Nobody noticed those things were missing.
What did he like? Well, do you think like he put like
How
a
did he
TJ?
get to now?
Maybe he did a switcheroo because on every good heist movie there's a switcheroo, you know. So maybe he replaced him with like a TJ Maxx LeBron, so it weighed the same.
Timu LeBron.
Talk about. If you're gonna try, if you're gonna try to imposter a real game worn jersey, you're not going to TJ.
Well, hold on. So you think he's going? You think like he gets an actual authentic jersey? Like you think he buys like the $300 authentic jersey and tries to put that back in?
Closest ripoff to it, like the Canal Street version of the NBA real jersey. But they're not going to TJ.
I don't know.
Come on, man.
Something had to set it off where they're like, hey, wait a minute, this is like why is the James spelt with a lowercase? Like there had to be something that like sparked everybody.
Why is there an I?
Yeah, why like what
honest?
set this off that it was noticed that Heat were like do you think they finally were putting the plans together for this museum and they're like, hey, wait a minute, what is this?
That is hysterical.
Wow.
That's crazy, dude. You think he just puts like an NBA patch, like instead of a patch, it's just a sticker?
Yeah.
Is it raining by you guys?
I don't know if you heard the thundering, but yeah, I mean,
Not yet.
Clear skies over here.
Yeah.
it's loud.
Yeah. It's them big drops.
So do you think like he was bold enough to like go to?
I mean, that's dude. He's got some.
Oh
he's got
yeah,
major nads for that, bro. Like that's crazy.
What do you think he did? You think
Especially the Heat, like,
and he been working there in some capacity for like 10 years.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody probably trusted him. You know, they're probably just like, hey, there's what the hell's the guy's name? There's Marcos.
It's always the Marcos.
It's always a Marcos, dude.
There's always a Marcos.
You think like he puts on the jersey and then puts back on the security outfit? Or do you think he puts it in a bag?
He's got to put it in a bag.
I think he puts on the jersey.
You put on the jersey, like you're taking away the authenticity of the jersey.
I don't think he cares.
He wants
no one gonna know.
It's a game worn jersey. Put it this way: if it wasn't game worn, it's not gonna have the same value. But the fact
you ain't selling a regular jersey for 3.7.
But if you're
that's
selling,
what I'm saying. You're selling a game worn jersey for 3.7.
if you're selling heisted material, do you think they're asking a lot of questions?
No,
they don't care.
You don't want.
They don't care. All they care about is if it's authentic or not.
Yeah.
So he's probably wearing the jersey and then putting his uniform back on top of it.
Wow, somebody said that was Thunder it was Jaime's bubble gut.
Yeah, that's how like every good heist movie has a switcheroo, Leroy.
Yeah, they always do the switcheroo. You have to have an extra bag that's similar to the original bag. You have to have something that's similar, so when you do the switcheroo, they're all befuddled.
But usually in these situations, there's never anybody who has that much access to the items, right? So he was well trusted.
No, he was. I mean, if you not only were an NBA, a Miami Heat security guard, but then got hired by the league,
right?
Yeah, obviously the guy was trusted, but he got greedy.
Here's what sucks about it. What sucks about all this is nobody cares about the money as much as they care about the item, and some of those things are gone.
Well,
right?
yeah. I mean, I guess the good thing is, I imagine if they seize those items, I guess the Heat get a lot of them back. But no, this is crazy. That happened with Joe Burrow with like a lot of his stuff that got stolen from his house. People like they had to they were able to find it from pawn shops. But this is do you think anybody was looking? They're like, do you think that the LeBron jersey selling for nearly $4 million? Somebody had to be like, oh, I wonder where they got that. Game used, huh? And then Carl goes to the equipment room and he goes, they've all been replaced by Terrell Harris jerseys. What?
Not the demonstration.
The guy that stole it is gonna act like shocked when he's like, "Oh my god, it's been robbed."
I think that he goes into, I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's like Eric Woolworth's office. You know, I don't know if he goes straight to Pat Riley. He goes, "Mr. President, all the jerseys, all the LeBron jerseys are now Roni Turioffs."
In the documentary, you see her running through the hallway.
Man.
There has to be some guy like Carl is doing like spring cleaning and he's like checking on all the jerseys and he's like, yeah, man.
I don't think they even check them. I think sometimes you put stuff in storage, you don't realize it's gone until you're going to use them.
And he goes, hey, Lance, you notice we have a lot of Greg Odens and not a lot of LeBrons?
I mean, it's like all that stuff is insured, but again,
but
these people have so much money. It's not about the money, it's about the items. Like the Heat having an autographed LeBron jersey to put on display is more important to the Heat organization than having the $3.7 million that it sold for.
Oh yeah, it's about the item, right? It's
Right.
like if you have the LeBron, if I have the LeBron James, the cramp game jersey, you know, where he hits the 3-ball game 4 against the Thunder, you know, what are those, 2? Because he probably wears 2 jerseys a game.
You think he wears 2 jerseys a game?
I know Jimmy does. Unless they dry clean one jersey during the halftime.
No, they. I don't know if they wear 2. I've worn 2 jerseys before.
Some guys are sweat,
but they bring.
But a football jersey is a pain in the ass, isn't it? Because you got to put it over shoulder pads.
Yeah, but you put the you have to have help too, because it's tight.
Right.
But no, so I remember when we were going to play Kansas City and it flooded to the fact where we had to walk through water to get through the locker room, because when you go in Kansas City, when you go in the locker room, it's like a dugout. So you go down and then up. So all that was flooded and we had to just go through it, and we all changed uniforms.
Well, remember how crazy it was? Was it like Brady's last Super Bowl with the Patriots? Remember how crazy it was because that jersey got stolen? They damn near sent out they sent out damn near the whole SWAT team to go get that.
And that was right after the game.
This guy had 400 jerseys.
Wow. I don't know, man.
What if the guy gets there in the morning and then you think he tries to broker a deal and he goes, listen, I didn't want to say anything, all right? You can take me down, or I can give you the game 1 Goran Dragic from the bubble finals. What say you? Huh?
You would fold. You would fold.
I'd be like, all right. Whatever you say, Officer Perez.
I love Officer Perez.
That's crazy though. Like,
that's insane.
That's not a heist. Right?
That is a heist.
I mean, it is, but
it's a slow rolling heist.
You know how much that jersey he could sell that for?
No, he sold it for $100,000 and then it resold for $3.7 million.
That's a heist.
All right.
Anything that
they're saying that he did it multiple times. So if he did this, I mean, hundreds of thousands once can turn in. They're just saying that they just put that in the press release as the example. Here's
the problem.
They're saying he sold it. That his selling went in total of over $2 million.
Here's the problem with all this. You ready? If you're going to take a bunch of items,
yep,
you got to get them off your hands quick.
Right.
Just in case they come over to your house. Right? The fact that he still had 300 jerseys left, and this is from years of stuff. Wow, when did this happen? This year? Or a couple of years ago?
It said he said he was employed by the NBA last year.
So depending on when he did it, right? If you're going to take something, the last thing you want in your house is evidence.
What do you think the first time that he got the codes were? Do you think like some guys like, I really like Josh McRoberts. He goes, I got one for you, Thomas. Here, take one. And then he's like, he like matched the thumbprint. He goes, perfect. Now I can get it whenever I want. Stupid idiot. Thought that I wanted a McRoberts jersey.
Oh, wait. You're figuring out he's got a little piece of tape.
Yeah.
And he's taping the fingerprint.
I think he's going, shh. He's like spraying the spray.
My goodness.
So why you got to be like Mission Impossible, right? But here's the problem. Shouldn't he know better as a cop that if you take something, you don't have it just stored in your house?
Yeah, I guess.
You have a side house or a stash house or something like that.
Oh, he's gonna show off.
You gotta have a unit or something.
He's a police officer, though.
Every
You
heist
can't
person.
show off.
Every heist. Well, he wasn't a police officer anymore. He was the Heat.
No,
Heat
but I'm
NBA
saying
security guy.
he knows the tricks of the trade.
Another
So
guy who
you
knows.
can't be a police officer. This is no lie. You cannot be a police officer and get caught with the stuff you stole in your house. That's just
That's
no.
just greedy. Another man who knows the tricks of the trade, Michael Lombardi, one-time drafted a Leroy Horde.
Yes.
Brought him in, gave him a talking to. He's running things over at UNC. He joins us next. YouTube and Twitch. Miami 560 WQM is the hand. handle there. And, of course, on your Odyssey, iHeart Radio, and TuneIn apps. You guys can check us out there and subscribe wherever your podcasts are available. We're in the midst of Miami Dolphins training camp. The Miami Hurricanes getting set for their opener against Notre Dame. And we found out yesterday the Canes ranked 10th in the coaches poll. And we got on the guest line, the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan, and toyotaofhollywood.com. He's got a book out on paperback, Football Done Right, setting the record straight on the coaches, players, and history of the NFL. Michael Lombardi, who, of course, running the program at UNC there as well. Michael, thanks for the time. How are you?
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's good to be here. Appreciate you guys.
Did Leroy Horde, did my guy Leroy Horde, did he make the cut, Michael Lombardi? Do we have a chapter on Leroy Horde, his short yard situations or his shoulder pads?
We could. Leroy's draft actually in Cleveland was a really good draft that paid dividends for the Ravens down the road. Rob Burnett, Anthony Pleasant, Leroy. It was a good draft. And certainly Leroy, the year we went to the playoffs in 1994, the last time I think the Browns for a long time won a playoff game, Leroy carried the team. We beat New England at the stadium, and Leroy was dynamic. So, yeah, Leroy, Bill and I, we were on the field the other day talking about a back that kind of reminded us of Leroy. So, players never leave you. You always are comparing them. You're watching them. You kind of remember. The problem is I'm so old that I bring up players' names to the staff and they don't know who the hell I'm talking about. That's the trend.
It is funny. But Mike, it's weird because I see you in this new role, but at, a different level. But there are a lot of parallels in that you still have to identify talent and value of talent. And is it much harder at this level because they're so young and you've never seen them perform at a comparative level? So you never seen them play against players that are equal to them.
No question, Leroy. That's the challenge. The beauty of it is that if you're not able to draft a guy in the second round of the NFL, you lose out. Then you're stuck. In college, if you lose out on getting a kid from, South Florida, you can go to the Panhandle and find another guy similar to him. But the evaluation part is the hardest. When we first got here, Bill and I, everybody watches huddle tapes. Oh, have you seen my huddle tape? And it's the worst thing you could ever watch. It's a promotional tape. The players put together their tape, and one plays a kickoff return, the next plays a tackle, the next plays a fumble recovery. It makes no sense. So it's taken us a little bit of time to understand how to break down the high school tapes, but we're doing it. And I agree with you. It's hard. You just got to try to understand the conference they play in, and then as anything in the college draft, it's about level of comp.
Is it more limited than a salary cap? Because, all schools don't have the access to the money.
The sign-up bonus. Yeah, you can't use the sign-up bonus to spread. You can't use years. The problem is it's a year-to-year contract league, and that makes it hard. So you are going to get cap room. The other beautiful thing about this is there's no dead money. So it isn't like you got to put some dead money. I cut this 6 players and I got $5 million worth of dead money, right?
Right.
Just move on. And so University of Miami, they've got a lot of players. They're spending money. They're running their cap, doing what they have to do. It's no different than a pro team. And that's why this job is so much fun for me because, Bill and I, when we talked about the college game this past fall last year, when he said to me, would you be interested in going to college? I said, yeah, it's a pro game. It's the same. And the difference is you have more availability. As Nick Saban said, we don't have to listen to the draft. We can go find players.
So what was that buzz about the Canes over when the ACC media was all happening? You were gearing up. I know you guys don't got them on the regular season, Michael, but obviously they got a big year ahead. Like, do you keep your eye on guys in programs, even if you're not maybe going to face them in the regular season?
No, you certainly have to. You got to understand who the level of comp is, right? I think one of the mistakes we made in Cleveland with Leroy was we were so preoccupied with Denver, and we tried to beat Denver and John Elway, and that's all we talked about. When Washington, Philly, and the Giants would go into Denver and just kick Denver's butt. Like they had no problem beating Denver, the NFC East, when they were really good. And so I think you have to understand who's the competition. And certainly it's not always in your level. It's not always in your conference. Clemson's good. Miami's good. Florida State had a down year. So you're always going to watch those teams repeatedly. I'm going to have them on my monitor every single week. But I think you have to understand what it takes to play at the highest level and find players that fit that level.
What did you, because Rhett Lashley kind of made some noise with the SEC folks over there, because nobody should ever say anything about the SEC. Did you agree going into your first year of this SEC and seeing the talent around there? Do you feel like it's a conference that's a bit overlooked as far as the other ones are concerned?
Well, I mean, obviously, the Southeast Conference and the Big Ten have all the networks and that. But I think when you look at it, SMU went into Penn State and played as well as you could play in a very tough environment. Mm-hmm. They're a good program. Rhett's done a really good job. I think one thing about college that's pretty clear is if you understand how to manage games, if you understand how to give your team the best opportunity, emphasize the kicking game, you can keep the games close. I mean, when you look at the ACC last year, there were very few routes. Nobody beat everybody. I mean, North Carolina won 6 games last year and easily could have won 9 if they lost a lot of one-score games. So it's a fairly competitive environment, and I think in the Southeast Conference that doesn't always hold the case.
Talking to Michael Lombardi, you guys can get his book, Football Done Right, Setting the Record Straight on Coaches, Players, and the History of the NFL, available in paperback now. Of course, had Leroy Horta, wee lad in Cleveland.
Hey, is Bill smiling more?
Leroy,
is he enjoying it more?
I think he loves it. Somebody called me the other day and said, that knows Bill and said, is he having as much fun as it seems like he's having? And I said, yeah, he loves it. Look, the beautiful thing about this thing here is we can run the program. I don't have some salary cap guy coming down telling me what I need to spend, right? I don't have some owner's son telling me what we need to do. That's over with, This is just really just football, and we get to run the program, and Bill gets to put his program in, which is great.
I think one of the most overlooked things in the NFL at the NFL level, and I've seen coaches that go to college, is exactly what you just said. It seems more about football and not about the other stuff. I remember when we were in Cleveland, nobody ever really talked about Belichick's ability to coach. And whether you liked Bill or didn't like him, or some of his things, you were annoyed by some of the things he did, you knew you were as well prepared as you would ever be for a football game. And now you don't have to deal with all the interactions with all the people you talked about in the media. Because he had no personality, everybody took that as a negative. And so it's
exactly.
Right.
And they never realize what a great coach he is. I mean, it's like, look, how many guys are great with the media? I mean, if you're great with the media, you get a pass. I mean, poor Marty Schottenheimer, he can't get in the Hall of Fame. I wrote about it in Football Done Right. Marty Schottenheimer's won 200 regular season games in his career. There's only 8 other people on planet Earth that did that.
Right.
And so, how do you not put him in the Hall of Fame when you're one of 8 out of 500 and some coaches? How do you not put that player in the Hall of Fame person? But he can't get a vote because everybody has an excuse. Well, he didn't win a big game. Well, Marv Levy didn't win a Super Bowl, and he's in. He was 0 for 4. Bud Grant didn't win a Super Bowl. He's in. I mean, so I think it's a little bit hypocritical. And I think guys like that, it becomes who is kind to the media. And that's why I wrote the book. And if you read the book, the last chapter, I explain why I wrote the book. It's a little bit like what Larry David talked about in one of his shows. I wanted to spark a conversation, the middler. I wanted somebody to come in and talk. And I think Sterling Sharp finally getting in the Hall of Fame explains why I wrote the book, because that was one of the key points of my book was Sterling Sharp belongs in the Hall of Fame, but because he only played 7 years, people said he couldn't. But, oh, by the way, Terrell Davis only played 6, but he's in the Hall of Fame. Tony Baselli only played 10, but he's in the Hall of Fame. There's just hypocritical rules.
That's why I'm boycotting all Hall of Fame activities until Metcalf gets in.
I mean, there's a guy returned 2 punts in the same game, won a Pittsburgh game.
Yeah.
I mean, but he didn't have Devin Hesper. Devin Hesper's a great player. I'm not disputing that. But Metcalf was incredible in a lot of different areas.
Michael, what do you make of with the Dolphins down here? Like, we talk about coaches and development. Like, we're kind of interested seeing this year if Mike McDaniel can get back or make his team more physical. Like, the idea that this team can change their identity from what they've been their few years. Do you feel like as a young coach going into his 4th year, is that something that's possible? Because it seems like the buzz from the players is better this year, but you don't really know until you get into it.
Yeah, I think you don't know until you get into it. I mean, Mike is who he is. You know, Bill Parcells had a great line. He says, when a player shows you who he is, believe him. And I think when a coach shows you who he is, believe him. Now, can he change? We'll see. I think it's important, but it's been that way forever. You know, I mean, look, he's been through 3 defensive coordinators. Is he going to, you know, he's on the second. First, this is the first year he's actually stayed with the defensive coordinator. But I think it's a hard job to be a defense coordinator for an offensive coach who just wants to run perfect plays.
Mike, I say it's a situation of overcoaching the situation, whereas he doesn't let his players go out on the field and compete, because running the football is all about competing in front. They usually know what you're going to run, and it's about a mindset of knowing that this is the time where we have to run the football, and he tries to avoid that by running all these, you know, quick passes and stuff like that. And I'm more shocked that in every other offense he's been associated with, he's never been that.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? He was a run game guru in San Francisco.
Right.
And yet now he comes there and all he wants to do is call pass plays. But here's the reality, though, and I think people miss this. You know, to be a head coach, you have to do what's in the best interest of how to win the game. You just can't run plays. People are preoccupied with that. The best head coaches are the ones that set up a game plan that win that specific game on that day. And if it needs to run 50 times, you run it 50. But you can't go into Buffalo in a playoff game and think you're going to throw it 40 times with the third-string quarterback and think you're going to win.
Michael Lombardi, go get his book now. Football Done Right, setting the record straight on coaches, players, and the history of the NFL. I'm telling you, the next edition that comes out, we need a Leroy Horde chapter. I'm talking how big the shoulder pads are, the short yardage, because nothing would bring me more joy than that.
Nothing good. Always good to talk to you. Thank you, guys.
All righty.
There you go. Michael Lombardi joining us there on the program.
He's the man that gave me my first scolding.